Hey, 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 Mago Day. Stream's throwing a bit of a, stream's throwing a, computer rather, is throwing a bit of a fit, so give me just a moment here to see what is going on there. Well, it's good to know, I suppose, that I have not dropped any, frames as far as OBS is concerned, but what is chugging my memory here? Huh. It's my mouse and keyboard software. Let's, maybe not do that? And, my goodness gracious. Ooh? Hmm. Okay, let's see what we can do to mitigate this. Oh wait, we are in danger. What is going on? Oh wait, we gotta figure this out. Okay. Yeah, we are in Scuff City, ladies and gentlemen. Through what I don't think is any fault of my own. How is my network right now? This is bizarre. I've never had this happen before. In all my 6 months streaming, I have never had a meltdown quite like this. What is killing us here? My goodness gracious. Well, only some things I can do. Might just have to... Everything's freaking out. Everything is freaking out. Okay. Well, there's gotta be some offending process here that's murdering us. Sorry, killing us. What could it be? My goodness gracious. We killed Discord. Let's try killing... Chrome? Was it Chrome? Might have been Chrome. Could have been Chrome. I don't think it was Chrome. Well then. You know what? Let's just... I'll be... Alright, are we back? I think we're back. We might be back. We might not be back. Our bitrate is still not fantastic, which is not ideal, but we are not, computer is not flipping its lid, which is nice. We're at normal CPU there. Maybe Twitch just needs a second to catch up on bitrate. Unstable. Poor network connection detected. Now, why would that be? We just did a whole reboot. Okay. I think... Okay, YouTube says excellent. Let's give Twitch a refresh real quick. There we go. Excellent. Alright. We're back. Don't know what that was. But, we have resolved whatever it was. My goodness gracious. So, now we can start the stream. I think we are back. I think we're back, Moondust. If you are still here. No, no guarantees. That was wild. That was quite the, I don't know what that was, to be completely honest. I'm not entirely certain what that was. But it was not anything good. Alright. Welcome in, Lampwick. Well, you got here just after I resolved what appears to have been a massive conniption fit that my computer was throwing. Not entirely certain what killed me. What was chugging me. It is just, I was just, all of my memory and all of my network were not doing the things I expect my memory and network to do. So, yeah. But we're good now, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm hopeful. Ever hopeful. Sheep exclamation point indeed. Yes, welcome. Yes, you have discovered the fact that we have emotes now. So it turns out, JB, that all I had to do was check the checkbox that said monetization, and that's what let me do channel points and all of the emotes and all of that nonsense, which makes sense, I suppose, because channel points are tied irrevocably to bits. I just had not, yes. That was the secret sauce. That is what was missing. I'm glad my emotes display as emotes should. Alright, where are we? What's going on? We were just talking about today. Work was a bit of a rough one today. No one ever uses your free emotes. Yeah, I'm not much of an emote guy, to be completely honest. So I I would expect that at least I will maybe now that you have mentioned it. Maybe now that you have mentioned it, I will throw a couple more in. I will mix it up. Mix up the emotes here and there. Yeah. Today was interesting at work. I yes, happy sheep indeed. Sheep happy. The the project I wanted to work on today, I didn't work on because I was working on other people's understandings of how their already given projects should function, and making those changes. And you know, that is what it is. Folks have their opinions, folks have their rights, folks have their support contracts that entitle them to some amount of my hours. But it's always a little frustrating when I want to be working on one thing, when I want to be engaging on one piece of software, and importantly, the piece of software that we are able to bill a new client for, and I get roped into all of the other clients needing support. And like, granted, maybe if I made better software the first time around, I'm half the projects I'm on support for I didn't even write in the first place, so that one doesn't necessarily work. But yeah, that's that. We're good. We'll take the days as they come. We'll get done what we can get done, and chalk up the rest to I'm not going to say tomorrow's problem, but we will do tomorrow's work tomorrow, and today's work today is what I will say. Do I want to subject myself to Anki torment on stream today? Well, I haven't done my Anki today. So let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah.
Hello?
Hello. Hi, you're live. Oh wait, I should be in the live channel. You can join me in the live channel if you'd like, but you will be live. Forgot that there is a separate live channel from the VC channel. Welcome.
Hello.
How's
I
it
may
going?
be here for a bit. Probably.
Okay.
Maybe.
How's it going, Zet?
I just finished a really great story from Wuthering Waves.
Nice.
It made me depressed.
I just finished a very great story. It made me depressed. Is that amazing?
Yep.
Love that. Okay, let's see if there's Lampwick. There we go. Welcome in, Moondust. Welcome in, Moondust. Sorry about that. That was all on my end. I could not tell you what it was, Moondust. Just that my computer was not. For a bit, my computer was not. Yeah,
and
so
Elijah was not.
And Elijah was not, and Enoch was not. How are you doing, Moondust? So, Zat, what was particularly depressing about this Wuthering Waves story?
Oh boy.
Give me the TLDR. Give me the TLDR.
Okay, so there is this chick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like a catalyst for disaster.
Yes.
And is man-made. And
yes.
Turns out she feels human emotions, and she's gonna die pretty soon. And she was like, yeah, let's celebrate my birthday because I never had a birthday before. And we're like, yeah, sure. We make a procedure because she can be pretty destructive, right?
Of course.
And she goes, yeah, we'll put like a collar on me that will protect everyone. And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
This is going smoothly. And she hints that she likes the main character. I'm like, this is going to end terribly.
Well, yeah, we're talking about her like dying and everything, right? So
yeah, and well, the depressing part was like, dang, give me a second. My English isn't Englishing today.
Understood. Okay, let's see if we can get an actual working second source for you. We'll find out. Bunch of
Anyway,
personal
so
projects to work on and barely have a clue what you're doing with any of them. Oh no! I'd get a project plan down, Moondust. Okay, anyways, what's up?
so it past midnight, her birthday goes away, and she goes quote unquote home where she was made,
Mm-hmm.
smashes everything, takes the. So she is a black hole.
Nice.
That's important, and she like, okay, before I go quit this life, she
Yes.
sucks like fear and whatnot into her, so the people don't have to fear like
Oh, she can
that.
eat concepts like fear?
Yeah, yeah,
That's so cool.
I know, right? And she like eats up fear, and she says, "Oh, the people he won't have to fear that monster anymore." And I'm like, "This is going to end terribly once again."
Mm-hmm.
And well, she dies, but she can probably sometime get reborn
Okay.
because I have no clue how, but I have to rewatch the story. And
Gotcha.
yeah, the
Okay.
sad part was that we delivered the cake to her like death site, which reminded me of like Doki Doki Little Literature Club.
Interesting reminder.
It's uh,
Gotcha.
Sayori. I'm like, oh boy, it's coming all back.
It's all coming back. The sadness, the depression.
Yeah, yeah,
All
that
right.
was all. It's better experiencing than retold. That's all I can say.
Understood. So you two have joined me
Hmm.
for a Jacob study. Are you ready to have opinions on Jacob?
Oh,
Do you have opinions on Jacob?
I do.
Well, we are on chapter 35 of Genesis, which was
Hello, Munda. Sorry,
yeah,
I was addressed.
Mundus, it was a story for a character in a game called Wuthering Waves. And it sounds quite the thing that sticks out to me again is the being a conceptual black hole. I think that's really rad. It's
I
sad.
can send you a picture of said black hole if you're interested, though.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Whether understood. Yeah. All right. So I think since I got you two here, I think I just want to jump straight to study. If you guys are cool with that.
Give me a second. I'm going to switch from my phone to my PC.
You bet. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's go here. There's Lampwick. He
James,
is big and small.
James
in the
as
corner.
in what's it called? James as in New Testament James.
No, Jacob is an Old Testament Jacob. Well,
Oh, Jacob, bro, never mind. I can't.
no, man.
My brain is fried.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. Do you know what James's name is?
What?
Do you know what the name of the author of James? How his friends would have called him?
No.
They would have called him Jacob because his name was Jacob.
Reasonable. Then I would like to correct myself. I do not have opinions on Jacob.
You do not have opinions on Jacob. You do not have opinions on the Patriarch of Israel?
Well, not currently.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? Dude was a goofball.
Yeah, that's an opinion.
Okay, so why I started giggling like a schoolgirl because I originally heard you are going James. I'm like, James, that's gonna be crispy, and not Jacob. So
we've already done our James study on this channel. James is one of my favorite books of the Bible.
Yeah, I can see why it's pretty good.
It's a
treasure trove.
It is a yes, absolutely. I am one of the my descriptor for the Bible is an instruction manual for life, and I think James certainly meets that what is the word? Descriptor. I want the sheep in front of you guys. Let's turn you up. There we go. All right, you are turned up, Lampwick. You were quite quiet. Talk at me.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, there we go. What's up? God has kicked me out of a lot of fandoms myself, Moondust, simply because I could not trust myself to be in those fandoms with where I was at emotionally and other ways that need not be stated on stream. So I get you.
Reasonable.
Yep. I mean, and it is a matter of conscience. It's a matter of Christian liberty, right? Of what you are capable of, dealing with temptation wise. But if yeah, for me, certain medias were consistently serving me certain temptations, and I went, it is, well, it's better to gouge those out than to 100%. Alrighty. So, let's talk about where we were. Speaking of, oh boy. So, we just got through Genesis 34, which is, to me, one of the roughest chapters of the Bible. This covers Dinah, her association with Shechem, the son of Hamor, when Jacob and his family moves back into Canaan, and to what is the best term to use to get around the fact that Twitch doesn't want me saying what did happen here?
What do you want me to describe? Tell me.
I don't want to put that on
me.
you. No. It's well, I guess we could just use the biblical language in that Shechem took her and lay with her by force. So
I see. Okay.
yes, this occurs to Jacob's daughter. As she is going among the city of Shechem, which is named after Shechem, the Prince Shechem, or maybe he is named after the city. Very, very Vegeta situation here. Regardless, that happens, and then Shechem says, I am very deeply in love with this girl. And everything in the text, just so we are clear, there is nothing that leads us to believe that statement by him is disingenuous. And also, again, I don't want to go to bat for him, but it seems there is no condemnation of him by his culture for doing this. So that is something I think we want to understand about his motivations here and his culture, is that this may have been as terrible, horrible, again, I am not endorsing it in any way, but a lot of the problems that we see with the Canaanites, the inhabitants of this land, is that they are so far gone, morally, that things that we would consider reprehensible, such as taking a daughter and lying with her by force, would be seen as normal, would be seen as standard operating procedure. So he does this, and he says, all right, the next step, clearly, is I want to marry her. So he goes to his father, who is the king, Hamor, and says, get me this girl as a bride. They go out, he and his father go out to speak with Jacob. Jacob's brothers, Jacob doesn't say, so the thing about Genesis 34 in a Jacob study is interesting, because Jacob has one line in this story at the very, very end of this story, which we will get to in a second. So Hamor and his son Shechem, having done this terrible thing, goes to Jacob and his homestead, his tents, his portion of land that he has bought, and says, we would love to have my son wants to marry your daughter. And his brothers say, okay, we're cool with that. All you gotta do is mark yourself with the sign of the covenant that we have. We are circumcised. You need to be circumcised. If all of us are circumcised, that's great. We can, you can marry our daughters. We can marry your daughters. It's fantastic. We're all under the covenant, which is its own kind of bad. And it's even worse when we realize that was a lie they told to get the men of this city, all of them, let's say deposed. Let's say not in a great state, because that's a painful procedure. That is a procedure that takes some recovery from. And while the men of this city are recovering from that procedure, the Jacob's sons, specifically Levi and Simeon, go into the city of Shechem and kill everyone. Kill all of the men. Loot the city. Take the women and children back to Jacob's camp. And take their sister back, who we learn had not been with Jacob this entire time, back with her family. She had been in the city with Shechem. So they do that, they use the sign of God. They not only apply God's covenant to a people that God did not want his covenant applied to, but two, they use the covenant. They use that as a lie to slaughter the entirety of that city for the sins of one man in that city. So they get their revenge, and then they take the daughters and wives of this city out into Jacob's wealth, for lack of a better way to phrase that. Yes, it is what it sounds like. And the one line that Jacob has in this entire chapter is at the very end, where he says, "You have brought trouble on me by making me odious among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and my men being few in number, they will gather together against me and attack me, and I will be destroyed, I and my household." So, Jacob did not have opinions when his daughter had been lied with by force. Jacob did not have opinions when his sons said, "We will intermarry with you and your people." Jacob did not have opinions when his sons said, "All you have to do is mark yourselves with the sign of the covenant of our family." Jacob did not have opinions necessarily about the moral actions his sons took in slaughtering an entire city for the sins of one man. But no, Jacob was concerned about Jacob and Jacob's household here. And that is where we are. That's what we are coming off of as we engage on our next chapter. Do folks have any thoughts? Yeah, it is some heavy stuff. I'm not gonna say it's like it is. So when I look at this chapter, from the lens of a Jacob character study, the thing that really sticks out to me, and I've kind of already made an emphasis of it, is Jacob's passivity. Jacob is checked out for the entirety of this story until the very end, and at the end it's, hey guys, like, you've made things rather difficult for Jacob. Which is, so the points in this story at which Jacob could have stepped in as the patriarch of his family, as the holder of God's covenant with Abraham at the moment, as the head of the family there, the moments Jacob could have stepped in and stopped, like, everything on this landslide of cascading tragedy, and he didn't. He did not take action, is staggering to me. But in the broader context of Jacob's life, this is kind of a trend. This is kind of a pattern we see with Jacob. Jacob does not really call shots. Jacob does not ever really put his foot down. The entire stolen blessing incident with Esau was neither Jacob's idea nor precipitated by Jacob. It was all his mother Rebecca pushing for him to get that blessing. So I think, like, what we are seeing here is the way Jacob was raised, the way that he kind of engaged with his family, engaged with his mother, not his father, because he was his mother's favorite, not his father's favorite, left an imprint on this man, left a kind of operating procedure for him that we are seeing kind of the seeing some very poor consequences of down the line here. Yeah.
Then I have a question for you.
Yeah?
Based on what you said, did Jacob became a leader accidentally? Quote unquote accidentally.
I mean, oh boy, we're gonna talk about what accidentally means in the biblical narrative. I don't think Jacob became a leader accidentally. I think that God specifically wanted to use Jacob for the character traits that Jacob had, for the honestly, for the other side of the Jacob coin, right, is that Jacob is a schemer. And we might even go so far as to call Jacob a liar in places, but I'll leave that distinction to the reader. I don't think Jacob became a leader by accident. I think God, literally from before Jacob's birth, had decided that Jacob would be the one to become Israel, to father the nation which God promised to Abraham. But we see these flaws of Jacob. We see this hard-headedness. We see this inability to step in. We're going to see that echo down through his family, and we're eventually going to see that, like, those issues with this man and with his family, we're going to see them in part echo through history as they become part of the story of the nation of Israel. Does that
But I
answer
have
your
an-
question?
It did, but it raised another question.
Please.
If it was the intended plan,
Mhm.
was seeming necessary for it to become true? Wouldn't it be easier if he became the leader from the very start and didn't have to scheme his way into leadership?
Sure. It may certainly have been easier, right? But
Mhm.
how should I put this? That ain't the world we live in, right? Like that like with the reality that we live in, the easier things, right? The things that make more sense, the things that I'll even go so far as to say when we are talking about the manner in which God uses people, it is almost always, how should I put this? Sorry, I'm pulling. So let's go column one. let's go column one first. There is something for us to learn. There is something for us to take away. There is something as far as our engagement with reality goes, as far as Jacob is concerned, that there is a certain, so Jacob's name becomes Israel, becomes contends with, becomes strives with God. So there is something to be said for, there is going to be a wrestle in our lives. There is going to be a struggle. Even if we are God's favorite picked out little guy, even if we are the father of God's nation, in fact, even more so, we should expect to have to struggle and strive for the things we want, the good things, the things we want in this life. On the other side of the coin, what we see time and time again is God is always, not always, God tends to come through in the scope and in the scale of human history with the underdog, with the individual that we less expect. So, and what better place for that to be demonstrated, I suppose, than with Jacob, the patriarch of Israel? Does that answer your question?
It did, thank you.
Gotcha. Does it spawn another question? Because I'm happy to engage with the question rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, sure. I have some questions, don't worry.
No, please.
So, if we go down this path, can God use? I mean, he can because he's God, but like, let's entertain the thought.
Yeah.
Can God use human wickedness to achieve a greater good?
Absolutely. Oh man, what's the verse in Romans? Boy.
I mean, if you look at Jesus' like crucifixion, that was human wickedness made for a better goal. So.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. So I think that kind of answers the. There we go. It's Romans.
I answered my own question. Nice.
That's the fun thing about the Bible, man. But yeah, if we pop into Romans, oh boy, it's literally the golden chain. Why does it all come back to the golden chain? Yeah. So this is Romans 8:28. I'm gonna go through 35. This is the word of the Lord. And we know that God causes all things to work together for good for those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. For those whom he foreknew, he also predestined to become conformed to the image of his Son, so that he would be the firstborn among many brethren. And those whom he predestined, he also called, and those who he called, he also justified. And those who he justified, he also glorified. What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who is against us? He who did not spare his own Son, but delivered him over for us all, how will he not also with him freely give us all things? Who will bring a charge against God's elect? God is the one who justifies. Who is the one who condemns? Christ Jesus is he who died. Yes, rather, who was raised, who is at the right hand of God, who also intercedes for us. Who will separate us from the love of Christ? Will tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? And I could keep going, but that opens with this idea that God is working together everything for good. Everything that is happening in creation is happening for the good of, for God's intended plan, and for the good of those who love God. Because if you love God, you're on board with God's plan and God's will. So yeah, Paul agrees with you. Paul agrees with the conclusion you reached.
Lovely. That's all for now. That is all for now. We shall see what happens later.
Ooh, Moondust. Think about the fall all the time, bro. I often think that God allowed the fall to happen. That His great mercy would be known. Can't display mercy to loved ones if loved ones never sinned. I mean, I'm with you, Moondust. I don't. I swear this happens every time we touch the. Literally every time we touch the concept of sin. Why is my plate music? Okay, there we go. Every time we touch the concept of sin, every time we touch the concept of fall, like I am firmly of the opinion that like there was no plan B for creation, right? Where we are at as far as creation is where God wants creation to be. The fall, when God made creation, when God made Adam, God knew Adam would fall, but God had a plan to use that to glorify His Son, that is, glorify Himself. I'm a firm believer of that. But yes, to your point, Moondust, like it is also shows us, it gives us cause to engage with mercy, to engage with that grace, that overwhelming grace, that attribute of God's, which, you know, I don't want to say it's downstream from His love, but it is such a clear manifestation of His love, right? It is a deep expression of His love that we would not otherwise have seen, Moondust, without the fall. So I'm 100% with you there.
Okay. So let me ask a question then.
Yeah. Oh
if
boy.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's
Aren't
that.
you happy that I came to the live, Renai?
I am actually incredibly happy that you came to the live, my man.
Okay, so if there is, let's entertain the thought that there wasn't a plan B. Okay.
Yeah.
I will go with that, but no. Wait. No. Let's step back. Let me rephrase the question.
You betcha.
Let's say there wasn't sin that entered the garden.
Okay.
Wouldn't God also found a way to make His great mercy known to mankind? Because in Eden there was perfect communion between God and man.
Yes.
So I think in my reasoning, man knew God's great mercy and greatness. So there wasn't, I think, a need to show it even more, because the first humans were aware. And I think plan B, like the fall, that magnified it.
Sure.
To a degree.
So,
Jesus Christ.
Gotcha. So you're saying that mankind had an understanding of Adam. Your point is Adam, in walking with God, had an understanding of God's mercy simply from that communion with Him. From walking with God in the cool of the day, Adam had an understanding of God's mercy. What Christ stood to do, what Christ's sacrifice stands to do, is magnify the mercy of God.
Yes.
Interesting.
That's what I would say.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess now I've got a question for you, Zet. What is mercy?
In what context would you ask me that question?
What is God's mercy? We are talking about talking about an attribute of God that is shown to us, God's mercy. What is that to you?
I think that depends on the situation.
Okay.
I think God's mercy is shown that He had created us in a way that we can choose Him, and that even if we were to fall, which happened,
Mhm.
He still took us in if we repented. I think that's one way to see mercy
Gotcha. So
in the falling. No. I think I still have a thought in. I'm not sure
yeah,
where we will go with that, but we shall see.
gotcha. So like, your contention is that part of mercy was creating us being capable of falling in the first place.
No.
Okay, but mercy is
I,
shown. Mercy is shown after the fall, as
yes,
okay,
mercy is magnified after the fall of
okay,
mankind.
gotcha.
I I think if in the scenario where there wasn't a fall,
Mm-hmm.
I think mercy would have been shown differently to
Interesting.
as we know now.
You bet. But that quality of God, there is a capacity for the quality of mercy to be shown to an unfallen humanity.
Can you rephrase that, please?
God could show mercy to a humanity that never sinned.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Fair enough. These are the highfalutin, high-handed theological conversations that I love having. Like if you want to chew if you want to chew on that, man, and get back to me, I am more than happy to have it whenever.
Oh yeah, sure.
But yeah, the question at hand basically is mercy. We know mercy to be an attribute of God. We most clearly see God's mercy in the forgiveness of sinners, and it is magnified absolutely in the death and the death of Jesus Christ as propitiation for sins. The question we are asking is: in a world where humanity does not sin, can God how would God show us mercy? Right? More or less. Yep. Okay. Cool. And we are perfectly fine to leave it there. JB, are you this is Mundas. This is my bread and butter. This is what I want to do all the time. JB, you chomping at the bit with any opinions?
Maybe not on this one.
Fair enough.
I don't know that. Well, I'll say I just don't know that I have anything to add.
Okay, fair enough.
Current.
Any other thoughts? We started with Jacob, remember?
Yeah, that's the beauty of God, you know.
It all goes back to
You
God.
can go so many ways.
Everything in the Bible is connected. Crazy.
As to the topic,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I have any questions, but we shall see.
Fair enough, man. Alrighty. Coolio. What I think we will probably do then is say a word of prayer and then get into our chapter 35 study, if that's okay with folks.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. If you'd all bow your heads with me.
Mm-hmm.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this time together. Thank you for this community with other believers on the modern miracle that is the internet. Thank you, God, for the ability to talk about your attributes, to talk about your grace, your mercy, your love, your plan for humanity, and just to be able to talk about you, God, in a manner that is glorifying to you, and in a manner that is respectful, and in a manner that is showing communion, showing academic communion with our brothers and sisters in you. Lord, as we go into your word, I want to thank you for its availability, not just in my language that I speak, but in languages all across the world for the nations, and Lord, for the availability of the underlying languages, the manuscripts that are close to those that the men who wrote this down wrote, Lord, so we can get closer to their intent, get closer to their descriptions, Lord, of your character through your inspired narrative throughout history. God, as we are going throughout your word, I ask that my words are your words, that the insights we arrive at, Lord, are glorifying to you. I ask these things in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. All right.
Hate to cut out on you, Renai. My wife got home a little earlier than expected, so I'm gonna go spend some time with her.
Yeah, man, go spend some time with your wife.
Nice.
That is far more important than
right.
this. Thanks for stopping in, JV.
Peace out, brother. Zet. See you.
Indeed.
Have good discussion. Chat. Bye. Thanks for having me on for a bit.
Adios.
Bye,
Thank you
all.
for joining. Bye-bye.
See ya.
God bless everyone.
God bless you.
God bless.
There he goes. There he goes. That magnificent lamp of a man. All right. So we're going to go ahead and give Genesis 35 a read here. I think we're going to read... I think we will read verses 1 through 8 to start here. Zet, by the way, do you stream at all, Zet?
Not yet, but maybe in the summer.
Okay. Do you have a Twitch you would like me to shout out to get you to have folks follow?
Oh, I do have Twitch, yeah.
Is it your Discord?
Yeah, Shinzata, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
You betcha. I will give this man a follow, and I would ask that folks do likewise. Maybe this summer, maybe not. But follows are free. Hey J2 Smooth, how's it going? I have not yet had a chance to review the video you sent over to me, but I plan to. Welcome on in. We are in our Jacob study at the moment. We've just had a Jacob's just had a rather We have just had a rather bad time following Jacob's adventures in Shechem. And now Jacob and his family are going to move. And that's what we're going to cover in verses 1 through 9 here. So, this is the word of the Lord. Then God said to Jacob, "Arise, go up to Bethel and live there, and make an altar there to God, who appeared to you when you fled from your brother Esau." So Jacob said to his household and all who were with him, "Put away the foreign gods who are among you, and purify yourselves and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make an altar there to God, who answered me in the day of my distress and has been with me wherever I have gone." So they gave to Jacob all the foreign gods which they had, and the rings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak which was near Shechem. As they journeyed, there was a great terror upon the cities that were around them, and they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, that is, Bethel, which was in the land of Canaan, he and all the people who were with him. He built an altar there. He called the place El Bethel, because there God had revealed himself to him when he fled from his brother. Now Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried below Bethel, under the oak, and it was named Alon Bakuth. Alrighty, we got some names to break down in a second here, but first we've got God saying to Jacob, "Arise, go up to Bethel and live there, and make an altar there to God, who appeared to you when you fled from your brother Esau." So Bethel, Bethel is where, as the text says, Bethel is where Jacob first kind of took a stop. That's the first place the text records Jacob after he fled from his home, after he stole Esau's blessing, and Esau said, "I'm gonna kill that guy." So Jacob hears Esau say, as soon as we have put my father in the grave, I'm putting Jacob in the grave next. And Jacob goes, it is time to skedaddle. So Jacob flees from the home of Isaac and Rebekah, and he ends up in Bethel. And I think just in review, I want to pop back in there. Jacob has a dream when he is at Bethel. And I'm going to go ahead and read that. That's Genesis 28. And we'll go 10 through 17. This is the word of the Lord. Then Jacob departed from Beersheba and went toward Haran. He came to a certain place and spent the night there because the sun had set, and he took one of the stones of the place and put it under his head, and lay down in that place. He had a dream, and behold, a ladder was set on the earth with its top reaching to heaven, and behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, "I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the land on which you lie. I will give it to you and to your descendants. Your descendants will also be like the dust of the earth, and you will spread out to the west and to the east and to the north and to the south, and in you and in your descendants shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Behold, I am with you, and will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you." Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." He was afraid and said, "How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven." So Jacob has this dream at Bethel, and he while he is here at Bethel, God speaks to him, and God reiterates the covenant that God made to Abraham, which was passed to Isaac, which has now been passed to Jacob. And what's really interesting, and if you, at that point in the study, is Jacob didn't seem to know that covenant already. Jacob didn't seem to understand that he was already part of that promise. That, like, it was as if God knowledge dropped that on Jacob, which means that Jacob never got that information or never listened to that information from his father Isaac. The faith of Isaac did not seem to meaningfully be passed down to Jacob. Well, thank you for the follow, Zet. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It is my pleasure.
Yeah. I love the sheep do a little dance there. Yeah. So the what we see there is we've got Jacob kind of getting this like revelation from God. Jacob gets up and goes, "Whoa! I found where God lives. God lives here." And he names the place.
That's an insane statement, but okay.
No, it is no. But Zat, he names the place Bethel.
I know. I'm just
yeah.
Without context, it's really crazy. Like, oh, I know where God lives.
I know God where God lives. It's right. Well, Jacob is thinking of God at that point as just another god, right? Like just another power that people pray to, that people want in their lives to have good things happen to them. And like Jacob continues after he has that revelation, he says, "Well, if this God guy does all of these things for me, surely he will be my God and I will be his. I will do what he wants." So he names the place Bethel. And the Hebrew for that is bet, house, El, God. He names this place the house of God. This is where God lives. And Jacob names it that. So now God is actually, let's get our map up. So here did I actually add that drawing extension, by the way? I can't remember if I did. I hope I did. Come on. Did I? Maybe? I don't know where it would be. Plugin manager, let's see what we've got added. I do have draw. Okay, how do I draw? How do I draw? We're learning together, chat. We're learning how I draw together. Here's how I draw. Okay, yes. Yes. Okay, let's make that dock a little bigger so I can see what I'm drawing. So Jacob, we've kind of got the path Jacob went down. So I'm just going to trace. So Jacob, we're kind of tracing. Jacob went all the way up here to Haran. And then he came all the way back down. And now Jacob is back at... That is so unhelpful. Whoops. Oh, I see what I did. Come back. Okay, how do I erase? Erase. Erase. Ah, I see. Okay. We can make the... We're figuring it out, gang. We are figuring it out together. 50 pixels, 500 pixels. Yes, big eraser. Okay, and it's all gone. Okay, 10 pixels. Let's make this green. Let's make this green. So Jacob has gone. Jacob's gone all the... Oh, and we're still on the eraser, you see? Okay. Jacob has gone all the way up here, and he has come all the way back. And now we are going to go blue. And now we are at Bethel right here. And I've gone a little big on... So Jacob has done all of the things on the checklist. Or rather, God has done all of the things on the checklist that God told to Jacob at this point. God promised... At least as far as Jacob's immediate future was concerned, God promised that he is with you and will keep him wherever he goes. He will bring him back to this land. He will not leave him until he has done what he has promised him. And lo and behold, God has brought him back here to Bethel. So let's add that as our first study note of this stream. We're back. we are back where it kind of all started. We are back where Jacob first heard the voice of God in any meaningful capacity. And I see. Is there like a clear all button I can do? Clear unseen transition. No. Ah, there we go. There's the button. Nice. Got it. Cool. Okay, so we've done our drawing. We've learned how to draw. We can draw now, and that's awesome. And that's amazing. Okay, so we're back. We're back, baby. We are back in Bethel. Jacob has returned to the land that God promised he would return him to. So, and Jacob recognizes this, and he says to his house, Jacob is getting it now. It's starting to click for Jacob. He goes, all right, guys, put away the foreign gods which are among you, and purify yourself, and change your garments, and let us arise and go up to Bethel, and there I will make an altar there to God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and who has been with me wherever I have gone. So Jacob is finally kind of getting on board with who God is and what God is asking of him and his family. Jacob is saying, all right, we are now on holy ground. God has been with me everywhere. So God lives at Bethel, but God, more importantly, has kept his promise and lives with me. So as we go to this holy place, which God has commanded me to return to, let's be pure. Let's put away everything that is not of God, everything that is in contention with God. Let's clean ourselves. Let us be holy as we present ourselves to God. So Jacob is getting it. Does that fit on one line? Yeah, it does fit on one line. Awesome. So Jacob is getting it. Jacob is understanding that there is something to the promise. God made these promises to him, and in keeping these promises, Jacob is coming to the understanding that when God says something, it happens. Plain and simple. Any thoughts on that, Zep? Well, I got you.
Not really, but I sadly have to skedaddle because it's 2 a.m.
Oh my goodness, get some sleep, brother.
I shall.
Alrighty. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciated.
It is my pleasure. I will get back to you with more questions, don't worry.
Heck yeah, man. And anytime you want to pop in on stream, I'm live next Saturday. I'm live on Saturday at a well, actually, it's gonna be, if it's 2 a.m. for you now, it's gonna be, I can do math. It's gonna be like 5 p.m. It's gonna be like 5 p.m. for you. Yeah.
5 p.m.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I see the vision.
If you want to pop on, we'll be I'll be doing some practice sermon preparation.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Okay.
Yeah. If you want to stop by, you are more than welcome to. I will be here. But brother, get yourself some sleep. Thanks for swinging by.
Okay, thank you.
Godspeed,
have a lovely rest of your stream. Bye-bye.
Yep, have a good night's sleep.
Bye, chat.
Oh, man. Okay, where were we? Right. So, Jacob is getting it. Jacob is saying, hello, gang. Hello, family. God lives where we are going. We are approaching holy ground. It is time to get serious. It is time to put away the foreign gods. And I kind of just want to see, foreign gods is so Nekar, right? Foreign is Nekar, and then what is gods? Elohim. Elohe. Okay, so it is literally the outsider gods, the foreign gods, the gods that are not of God. Duh. And the interesting. So my reference pulled up Teraphim, which is Nekar, Elohim, Okay, so it's related to idols. It's related to teraphim, but it is not. That is not the actual Hebrew we are using here. Okay, there's nothing crazy there. Which they. Okay, so let's see what the note is on wherever I have gone in the way which I have gone. Right, so which is interesting, right? Because it is not. Jacob is not just talking about the distance he has walked, the places he has been, but Jacob is talking about the way which he has walked, the idea of, in all of his actions, in all that he has done, he is God has been with him, rather, which they had, which were in their hand. Yep, Hebrew is a very physical language, so instead of the idea of, like, very often when we translate things such as that they had, the literal Hebrew is like the things they held, the things that they were holding, the things that were in their hand. That's how we convey concepts of holding on to, of ownership, is with the actual physicality of it. And the rings which were in their ears, and Jacob hit them under the oak which was near Shechem. Is this a terebinth? This is a terebinth. And I know there is significance to terebinth trees kind of throughout Scripture that I don't feel the need to dig into at the moment. But yeah, that is, actually... Terebinth are... Yeah, terebinth seem to mark sacred sites. Interesting. Okay, so he buries them at... They're like markers. Okay, so they are uncommon, I guess, is maybe what we take away there. As they journeyed, there was a great terror... Oh, I guess let us... No, we are through here. As they journeyed, there was a great terror upon the cities which were around them, and they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. Okay, what is a great terror? A terror of God. So God, like, there's a fear aura. For lack of a better term, Jacob has a literal fear aura. God has put fear into the hearts of the surrounding Canaanites as Jacob goes by. And Jacob may very well have needed that, because again, what we last saw was, if we will recall, Jacob's two sons, Levi and Simeon, committing the slaughter of an entire group of Canaanites. The people of the land would normally rise up in a situation like this and get vengeance. But what we have here is God having Jacob's back one more time. And that's going to continue. That's going to be a pattern, that God has Jacob's back, even when Jacob has not done necessarily what Jacob should have been doing. Even when Jacob is not walking how God would expect him to walk, God has Jacob's back. God is going to protect Jacob from harm, because again, God promised Jacob that he would do that for him, that he would keep him, especially until he came back to this land. So we have that terror of God upon the cities around them, and they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. And again, they have every reason to pursue the sons of Jacob, because the sons of Jacob did a slaughter, did a war. Not really a war, did a massacre. So Jacob came to Luz, that is Bethel, right? Jacob named this place Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan, and he and all the people who were with him. He built an altar there. So Jacob built an altar. He set a marker of the rock that he used as a pillow when he first met God here. And now Jacob is building another altar. And he is calling... Jacob, my man. So Jacob has built an altar at the house of God, and he has named it God, the house of God. The God of Bethel, the God of the house of God. That is what Jacob calls the... That's so silly. I mean, I love it, right? It is the type of repetition that we see for emphasis throughout, right? This is El Bet El. This is God, the house of God. Is what that is. Actually, I kind of want to. That's a good note. I don't know how I typed a little smiley face, but we're going to take that on the next line. God, house of God. Does that fit on one line? Oh, the smiley face is too big. If I back it up. God, house, God. El Bet El. There we go. Oh, come on. Why is that smiley face so freaking big? There we go. So, it does make sense, Moondust. It absolutely makes sense. To my modern ears, to my modern sensibilities, it's a little silly. But yes, it does make sense, right? This is God, the God of the house of God. This is God, the God of Bet-El, right? Jacob has now named this place Bet-El. It is a place, and the altar he has made to the God that he now better understands, the God that he is getting on board with, he names that God, God of Bethel. The God of Bethel, the God of the house of God. Okay, I'm going to stop doing this or I'm going to get semantically satiated on God, house, or both. And that's not a good state to be in when we're doing a Bible study. Is the word... I don't actually know if I can get semantically satiated on the word God. That's fascinating. I attach too much... I think I have too much attached to the word God for the word God to lose all meaning to me as I say it. That's something to ponder. That's a tweet, actually. That's what that is. That's a tweet. Semantic satiation. I am truly in my influencer era. I am truly in my content creator era. When my when I stop and hit my shower or stream thoughts, my ramblings, and go, hang on, that's a tweet. That's something I can use to drive engagement. Man, this is so much fun. All right. Built out there, he called the place El Bet-El because there God had revealed himself to him when he fled from the face of his brother. Interesting. Now, Deborah, Rebecca's nurse, died, and she was buried below Bethel underneath the oak, and it was named Alon Bakuth. Now, what does that mean? The Oak of Weeping. Now, is this the first we have heard of? So, thus they sound like your sister and her nurse. Rebecca's nurse. Wait a minute. Rebecca is Jacob's mother. What is... That's fascinating. So... Now, why is Deborah... Why are we... What is going on here? Because we're... Yeah, we're up... Interesting. So that, that would imply... Sorry, let's get our drawing out. I've never noticed that before. So, it is Rebecca's nurse who absolutely did not go with Jacob out to Haran, which means... So again, we are here at Bethel, and Isaac and Rebecca are down in Beersheba. So the implication at this point in the narrative is that Jacob has, in some manner, reconnected with his family. Because it is... Whoa. I don't know if that necessarily changes anything about interpretation here, but that is... why is that detail here? Why... Hey, God, why'd you put this detail here? hey God, what's going on, God? Why is this in the text? Huh. So I guess we should understand the following passages with the understanding that Jacob in some sense has reconnected with his family, with his father and mother, because we are burying his mother's nurse on his land. And I just want to make sure I'm not, like, losing anything sequentially here. So if we look at now, what does it mean? Then so yeah, this is our semicolon. This is our linking, right? So Jacob got here, and then Deborah dies, and she was buried below Bethel under the oak, and it was named the Oak of Weeping. So, I'm gonna have to. I need to leave a note for myself to dig into that further, because I know I'm making a big deal of this. I understand I am making a big deal of a relatively small detail, but this is kind of where I am at in my biblical study, is when I see something that is a Arrington 13. Welcome. It would seem I know you. All is well. We are doing a Jacob study right now. Welcome on in. I am realizing that after Jacob returns to Bethel, Rebecca's nurse dies, and she is buried below Bethel under the oak. So the implication here, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. How have you been, my friend? It has been, we gotta get together, man. We gotta stop by somewhere or something. Yeah, absolutely. We should make something happen I'll shoot you a message. Absolutely. It has. Yeah, no, just doing now, for the record, I have been keeping myself busy with things like this. But yeah, we should get together. We should catch up. Absolutely. Thank you for popping in. Yes. But so I am stuck on verse 8 of chapter 35 of Genesis, because I have noticed for, I think, the first time in my life. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. I have noticed for the first time in my life that Rebecca's nurse dies and is buried on Jacob's land, but Jacob has not gotten back to Beersheba, and Jacob has not, so the implication here that Rebecca's nurse is being buried on Jacob's land is that Jacob is in contact with Isaac and Rebecca. Jacob has in some way reunited with his family such that he is burying their dead on his land, which I have never noticed before. And it's not weird necessarily that it's here, but it's a detail that is sticking out to me that is, again, not driving me crazy, but it's something I want to think about more, because it changes, right? It has changed my picture of what is happening in the life of Jacob. Jacob is burying his mother's nurse on his new land that he has come back to. And it would make sense, right, that Jacob connects with Isaac and Rebecca once he returns here with the wife they sent him out to find. But I've never noticed that that's just something that is confirmed in the text here. How do I do I want to even leave it? This isn't going to make it into the summary, but well, maybe it is. Let's just load Deborah up, just like that. Also, Deborah, which is Deborah is the name of a judge down the line as well. Is it the same? Deborah. Deborah. Yeah, okay. Let's just pop into... Oh, man. Really testing my judge's knowledge. I guess we can just go... Right. Deborah and Barak. Let's just check out here. Deborah. Yep, same name. Interesting. So I'm not gonna try and dig and look for connections there, but when we, especially in the Old Testament, when we see people that share a name, there is usually something going on. All right, so now that I am over obsessing about Deborah and her death and what that tells us about the grander narrative, let's move on. Actually, I want to check the then here. Yep, that is okay. So this is part of the same. It is the same conjunction. We are telling the story of Jacob's return to Bethel. We get Deborah's death. We get the naming of the weeping oak. The Oak of Weeping, and then immediately with the same link, it is God speaking to Jacob. And we're gonna go through verses 9 through 15 here. This is the word of the Lord. Then God appeared to Jacob again when he came from Padan Aram, and he blessed him. God said to him, "Your name is Jacob. You shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name." Thus he called him Israel. God also said to him, "I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall come from you, and kings shall come forth from you. The land which I gave to Abraham and Isaac, I will give it to you, and I will give the land to your descendants after you." Then God went up from him in the place where he had spoken with him. Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he had spoken with him, a pillar of stone, and he poured out a drink offering on it. He also poured oil on it. So Jacob named the place where God had spoken with him Bethel. Interesting. How shot for shot is that with... No way. Hang on just a sec. God went up with him in the place where he had spoken with him. Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he had spoken with him, a pillar of stone, and he poured out a drink offering. That's going to be what? Genesis 28:18. Jacob rose early in the morning, took out the stone that he had put under his head, and set it up as a pillar and poured oil on the top. He called that place Bethel. Jacob. Okay, so it is not the exact same, but it is. Jacob does a similar action, right, of setting up a pillar of stone, anointing it with oil, and once again, we see this place being named Bethel. So we see a repetition there, and I've gotta know. Genesis. Has anybody called this a chiasm? Genesis. Let's do biblical chiasm exchange. Let's see if anybody's got ideas about whether or not this is a chiasm. Whether or not, let's pop to, this is going to be, the resolution's not fantastic, but let's pop to, can we get books? Oh, interesting. People have done... Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, let's just go full screen. Let's find what we want to find. Genesis 28. Do we have a Genesis 28 through 30 anything? No, I don't think we do. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Just to see if this kind of folded in on itself. Doesn't seem like it does. Which is fine, but we have this repetition. We have Jacob naming this place the house of God once more. So, yes. So what can we take out of this? So God is once again repeating the Abrahamic covenant or portions of it, kind of the idea, to Jacob. He is saying, Your name is Jacob, you shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name. So God has stapled this renaming of Jacob as Israel to the front of this. This is a covenant to Israel, right? Thus he called him Israel, strives with, contends with God. God also said to him, I am God Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall come from you, and kings shall come forth from you. The land which I gave to Abraham and Isaac, I will give it to you, and I will give the land to your descendants after you. So it is a repetition, right, of the promises that God has made to Abraham and to Isaac. It is a repetition of the Abrahamic covenant, which is, again, the root of the Jewish and Christian faiths. Is this promise right here that God is restating to Jacob. There is no new Jacobian covenant. This is the same covenant that God made with Abraham. Adamic, Noahic. Oh boy. Abrahamic. Davidic. I'm missing like 3 covenants out of my... What are the... I'm a covenant theologian, everybody. What are the covenants? Abrahamic, Noahic, Mosaic, duh. Davidic, Adamic, Noahic, and New. Okay, gotcha. So the Abrahamic, Mosaic, Davidic, and what is the Palestinian covenant? It is a greater expression. Okay, it is a expansion on the Abrahamic covenant. Got it. Interesting name, I will say, for it. But yeah, that's what we've got going on there. Fascinating. Okay, so God has restated this. God has retreaded that covenant to Jacob. We have the repetition of be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations we will maybe get to that later. A company of nations shall come from you, or come into being from you. What did we miss? Interesting. So we're using El Shaddai here. And fun fact, we don't really, we translate El Shaddai, God Almighty. We're not certain, that Shaddai, means Almighty. We are kind of taking our best shot, at that name that God uses. But God uses it often in these places where he is making a agreement, making a proclamation, right? So, boom, I am God Almighty, right there. The covenant with Abraham. Then we have the blessing of Isaac on Jacob. He invokes the name God Almighty. This is a greater, I shouldn't say greater name of God. This is a name of God which tends to be utilized in conjunction with covenants. As God Almighty, but by my name, Yahweh, I did not make myself known to them. Yes, so this is a name of God, which is not the name of God that God gave to Moses, but it is the name under which God makes these covenants with Abraham and Isaac, makes this covenant with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall come from you, and kings shall come forth from you. The land which I gave to Abraham and Isaac, I will give it to you, and I will give your land to your descendants after you. Is that going to be literally seed? Literally seed. I'm getting good at this. Then God went up from him in the place where he had spoken with him. Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he had spoken with him, pillar of stone, and he poured out a drink offering on it. He also poured oil on it. So Jacob named the place where God had spoken with him Bet-El. So we have a repetition of the naming of Bet-El. Bet-El, a place so nice. We named it twice. A place so nice. We named it twice. Does that fit on one post-it note? A place so nice, we named it twice. Bet-El. Fantastic. So Jacob is now pouring out a drink offering as well, which is interesting. Because I don't know why that's interesting, but previously Jacob just anointed this with oil. Jacob just did the holy anointing to mark that God was here. Now there is a drink offering, which kind of carries with it a implication of celebration. Is maybe the most out on a limb I want to go right now. But there's a communion there, isn't there? It is a marker of community. It is a marker of okay. I'm not gonna note that down because I'm not sure on that, but that's something for me to look into a little more. And we're gonna keeping on with verses 16 through 22 here. Actually 21, because 22 is just a nice little fun addendum, I guess. This is the word of the Lord. Then they journeyed from Beth-El, and where there was still some distance to go to Ephrath, Rachel began to give birth, and she suffered severe labor. When she was in severe labor, the midwife said to her, "Do not fear, for now you have another son." It came about as her soul was departing, for she died, that she named him Ben-Oni, but his father called him Benjamin. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrath, that is Bethlehem. Jacob set up a pillar over her grave, that is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day. Then Israel journeyed on and pitched his tent beyond the Tower of Eder. Okay, so we have the death of Jacob's more beloved wife, and that's a whole thing that we're not gonna re-unpack here. But we have the death of Rachel. Rachel suffers, had difficulty in giving birth. While she is giving birth, her midwife says, "Okay, you have another son." So this is Rachel's second child by Jacob. The first was Joseph. And we'll talk about Joseph and Benjamin. Trust me, we will. As we continue here. But this is Benjamin. She names him Ben-Oni, the son of my sorrow. Which are some interesting last words. It came about as her soul was departing. Okay, what is actually being said here? I don't want the full line. I just want Nahesh. It can't. Okay, so gang, we're gonna do that thing I do where we go. Hang on just a second. So let's just see theoretically what the KJV has to say about this. Also says her soul was departing. And if we pop into, I don't know, ESV, are we going to see soul was departing? Yeah, her soul was departing. Okay, so, you know, we're getting a lot of, if we pop into the ASV, her soul was departing. So we're pretty hammered in. How about Christian Standard? Christian Standard. Now why, ladies and gentlemen, did the Christian Standard Version translate this as her last breath? Why possibly would we have translated a term that every other biblical translation translates as her soul was departing? Why would we do that? And the answer, my beloved sheeple. Hang on. That's right. I made an asset for specifically this. Give me just a second. Oh, I'm already getting use for it. Yes. Amazing. Where are we? That is there. I'm going to download this. I made this as JB was talking about soapboxing earlier, but it's for me too. All right, where did I download that to? We got to make sure that our sources are all in the same place so that when we do purges of our download folder, we don't just kind of like we don't just nuke out and have a non-functioning OBS. So let's add an image. Soapbox. Okay. Boom, boom. Perfect. There's our soapbox, and I'm about to stand on it. Should I just put it in front of me so I don't actually have to move my... Nah, let's get my, yeah, kind of a new asset. Kind of a little bit of a new asset. Now, what possibly has you switching back to, Now, what possibly has you switching back to that username? Oh, there we go. Yes, new asset. All right, and when we're going to take... I'm going to get in front of chat, I think, just a little bit here, because it's time for Renai to soapbox about a thing. Yes, all right. Where am I? There I am. Boop. Boop. I'm behind the chat. That's no good. Actually, you know what? That kind of works. Ah, gotcha. You know what? Let's do well, no, that's silly. I don't want to mess with things too much because you know what? We're just going to use the soapbox as a podium. That's fine. That's great. Yes. That is exactly what we will do. Okay, yes, the soapbox is my podium. That's what we're gonna work with for now. Maybe, I mean, does this warrant its own scene? You know what? If it does warrant its own scene, that is a scene to construct later. I need to actually get on my soapbox right now. Okay, so let's lock that in place. And let's actually send that behind that for sure. Okay, yes. So, what was I soapboxing about? Yes, right. Her soul was departing. What a poetic, we're reaching down into her soul departing. Her soul is leaving her body and going to be with the Lord, right? I don't think so. I am in a bit of a minority, I would say a large minority, at present. We'll see if we can't turn the tides around on that, of Christianity. In that I do not think, I definitely don't think, you know what, let's stay with the Old Testament, let's stay with the Hebrew understanding of death. We're gonna look at this word soul. We're gonna look at it, something fierce here. This word is nefesh, nepasa, which is it is neck, throat, neck, breath, living being, people, personality, life, right? So this word, nefesh, can I get a look up, please? This word, what are we doing? So our first translation of this as soul is as soul, but it is, nefesh is more than, has its root, like this word is a embodied word. This word means breath. This word means neck. This word means life. So when we are translating this as her soul departed from her body, I am of the opinion that we are reading a bit of our modern theology. I would even go so far as to argue a lot of our Greek, very, very Greek understanding of soul and spirit into this word that, like, does not necessarily mean that. This word nefesh is the breath, is the neck, it is the person seated in the body, is maybe the way that I would render it. So when we see this word nefesh and we just, without a second thought, translate it as soul, I don't think that's how and I can go into this more and provide more evidence. I do not think that is how a Hebrew person would read this. This idea of nefesh, and I'm gonna have to see like what the translation principles for the American Standard Version are. No, not it. It wasn't it. The Christian Standard Bible. This translates it as with her last breath, for she was dying. As her breath departs her, right? As her life departs her. And I think I would prefer that translation. And we can absolutely argue that that is a fine translation as well. So when we see this word nefesh, and we see it a lot, and we are considering what it means for nefesh to depart, the Hebrew conception of the afterlife is that you go to Sheol. Everybody goes to Sheol. And what is Sheol? Sheol is the grave. You go, when you die, you go under the earth. That was their conception of the afterlife. Like, we do not even necessarily, we can talk about the Witch of Endor, and we can talk about the summoning of Samuel's spirit, but that is the literal only time we have in the biblical record of in the Old Testament, of a spirit, of something that is disembodied, that is a person coming up. And we could dig into that account, we don't need to. But suffice to say, all that is to say, I don't like the translation of nefesh as soul. I think nefesh as breath, as life, in the vast majority of places that it is used, is better. Yeah. So I'm getting off my soapbox now. You will hear more about this from me. This is a persistent paragonic point. What a rant. Sorry about... I'm not gonna apologize for that. That's who I am. That's who I is. That's, on a broader theological application, I think we miss a lot of Christianity as an embodied religion. I think we put far too much focus on the quote-unquote intangibles, on going to, on this idea that we're going to heaven when we die, on this idea that we are not our bodies, we are our souls, when that nothing could be further from what, God created mankind. God created embodied beings. We should not be trying to, how should I put this? It is a very Gnostic idea. It is, and I'm not going to go so far as to say it is necessarily pagan, but this idea that we are something apart from our bodies feels like a rough thing to reconcile with the very orthodox Christian belief that there will be a bodily resurrection at the end of all things, that we will be brought back to life in our bodies. This idea that our spirit goes somewhere and then God is going to put it back in our bodies at the resurrection, versus our bodies are either animate or de-animate, either have nefesh, have breath, or don't. That's kind of what informs my thinking on this. And maybe I probably need to make a video about this that's more well-sourced and not a scattered rant, but that's where we are for now. Okay, so Rachel dies, giving birth to Benjamin. She names him the son of my sorrow, Ben-Oni. Ben-Oni. Oh, Ben is son, Oni is lament, mourning. He is the son of mourning. And Jacob goes, that's cool, my dead wife, but I'm gonna name him Benjamin, the son of the right hand. That feels better to me. So Rachel dies and is buried on the way to Ephrath. So Rachel dies in transit. Rachel is not dying at Bethel. Rachel is dying on the way to Ephrath. Let's actually pull our map back up. Rachel dies between Bethel and Bethlehem. So Rachel dies in the about Jericho, about Jebus area. Jebus? Jebus is a little funnier to say. That is where she is dying. She is buried. And do I want to do the connecting? I do think I want to do the connecting point. I'm running over, but that's fine. We're spending more time in the Bible. We're spending more time having those conversations. If we go back to, it's gonna be like 32, 31, I guess. We go back to Genesis 31:33. So Laban is upset with Jacob because Jacob stole his heart. Jacob left, taking his wives, which are Laban's daughters, and his sons, which are Laban's grandsons, with him without saying goodbye. He left in the middle of the night. But Rachel took Laban's idols, took his household gods on the way out. She took these with her. And if we read here, verses 36 through... No, a little earlier. If we read verses... Where is it? There we go. Verses 30 through 32 here. This is the word of the Lord. Now when you've indeed gone away because you longed gratefully your father's house, but why did you steal my gods? Then Jacob replied to Laban, because I was afraid, for I thought that you would take your daughters from me by force. The one with whom you find your gods shall not live. In the presence of our kinsmen, point out what is yours among my belongings and take it for yourself. For Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen them. So Jacob says, whoever has stolen your household gods will die. That is the rhetoric that Jacob employs here for Laban. And then, not too much further along in Jacob's story, Jacob's beloved wife Rachel dies in childbirth. And this is after Jacob has, again, gotten the household gods from his family before they traveled to Bethel. So Jacob, the text, I'm going out on a bit of a limb here, but Jacob's family gives him all the foreign gods that they had and the rings that in their ears, and Jacob buries them. And if the text is true here, and it is all of the gods, and I would expect the text to be true, this would include the foreign gods that Rachel had stolen from Laban, which means that Jacob at this point would have realized that Rachel stole those goods from Laban and potentially recalled that he had said, whoever has those household gods will die. So then we get down here, and Rachel perishes in childbirth. And one has to wonder if Jacob is thinking about the fact that he effectively proclaimed Rachel's death. Right? Jacob said, who took these shall die, and not very much longer, and very shortly after Jacob realizes who took Laban's household gods, she dies. Rachel's death foretold. Right, so there is, is Jacob feeling guilt here? Is Jacob, what is Jacob feeling when his wife dies? If he is making that connection to his own words. So, Rachel died and was buried. Yep. Jacob set up a pillar over his grave, and is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day. Then Israel journeyed on and pitched his tent beyond the tower of Adair. Now, why did the text switch? Rachel died and was buried, right? So it's... But his father... Okay, so journey from Bethel. When she was severe... So when is the last... So Jacob named the place where God had spoken with him Bethel. So right, we're Jacob here. Even after God has reiterated that his name... He called him Israel. His name is Israel. We are still calling him Jacob at this point. Then we do not get any mention of Jacob's name here. We do see his father. I just want to make sure that that is in fact... Yep, so we are not invoking the name of Jacob or Israel there. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrath. Jacob set up a pillar over his grave. That is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day, right? So Jacob sets up the pillar. Then Israel journeys on and pitches his tent beyond the Tower of Adair. And I have to wonder why we switch names there. Like, why between verses 20 and 20? So, Jacob puts up a pillar over his wife's grave. Then Israel journeys on and pitches his... Are we delineating between the personal actions of Jacob to his wife and the actions of Jacob as the progenitor of Israel, of Jacob as Israel, for lack of a better term? Is that the difference that is being made here? The Tower of Eder. Okay, Tower Migdal Eder. Eder is flock. So the pitched his tent beyond the Tower of the Flock. Name switch. So, like, yeah, because, like, we have not really seen Jacob referred to as Israel very much at all. And then after the death of Rachel here, we're Israel crazy, right? It came out while Israel was dwelling in that land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard of it. Now, was Bilhah Rachel's maid or Leah's maid? Bilhah was Rachel's maid. So this is the maid of the woman who has just perished, that the eldest son of the woman who is Leah has just lain with. And that's just kind of there. Israel hears of it. So I think we just need to... Like, Reuben... Why does Reuben do this? What motivates Reuben to do this? Also, what is the Hebrew for concubine? I have to know. What do we translate? Literally concubine. Okay. Pileges, concubine, common singular, Bilhah. Can I look this up? Do we get, like... Yeah, we don't get much of anything here, right? It is just noted in the text. Are we maybe gonna pick that... Okay, so Israel recognizes this later. Interesting. That's not what we want. Apparently this is referenced in the book of... This incident is referenced in the book of Jubilee. Oh, but it's also addressed when Jacob blesses his sons. Jacob blesses his sons. There. So there's where that comes to fruition. This is Genesis 49, 3 through 4. This is the word of the Lord. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might and the beginning of my strength, preeminent in dignity and preeminent in power, uncontrolled as water. You shall not have preeminence, because you went up to your father's bed, then you defiled it. He went up to my couch. So, Reuben loses firstborn status for this. So, And we still don't know why Reuben did this. But Reuben messes up. Reuben does a bad. Reuben does it bad. Reuben does it bad. Esau, okay. And then we kind of get straight into a genealogy here. And I'll note our title is The Sons of Israel, and it begins now where there were 12 sons of Jacob. So let's read this to the end here. This is the word of the Lord. Now there were 12 sons of Jacob, the sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, then Simeon and Levi and Judah and Issachar and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, Rachel's maid, Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's maid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob who were born to him in Padan Aram. Jacob came to his father Isaac at Mamre of Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had sojourned. Now the days of Isaac were 180 years. Isaac breathed his last and died and was gathered to his people, an old man of ripe age, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. Isaac lived longer than Abraham, huh? Isaac lived 60 years longer than Abraham. And you know what? That makes sense. Because Abraham went to war. Abraham was engaged with warfare. Abraham rescued Lot went to war in the War of the Kings and rescued Lot. So like, Isaac never went to war. Isaac was a peaceful man his entire life. Interesting. Okay, that's neither here nor there. Is there anything more about that I want to pull out here? Jacob came to his father Isaac at Mamre, which is where Abraham was, of Kiriath Arba. That is Hebron. Let's just map break real quick here. Hebron is... Please be on my map. Mamre... Kiriath Arba. That is Hebron. I guess where? Okay. Hebron. Where is Hebron? Hebron is... Can I get like... Where's my atlas? Where is my atlas? Atlas. Let's see how good you are. I want Hebron. Please zoom in on, like, Okay, there's Hebron. Perfect. Okay, yep, so it is... Yep, it is. Let's just cross-reference with our... Oh, we can't see that map because of the map. We can't see the map because of the map, you see. So if we do that, Hebron is just north of Beersheba there. Yep, so it is in between where Jacob is coming from and where Isaac is. And Jacob meets with his father there, where Abraham and Isaac had sojourned too. We see the days of Isaac were 180 years. This is the standard biblical formula. Isaac breathed his... Now, gang, I'm gonna do a thing. Let's put the soapbox away. Let's put that image away. Now, Isaac breathed his last. Now, what do we think the text is going to say that Isaac breathed his last? If we look at breathed here... Oh, interesting. Isaac died. The Hebrew just says Isaac died. Yigwa. Isaac passed away. Isaac perished. And died and was gathered to his people, an old man of ripe age, satisfied with his days, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. And that is an interesting note to end on. Esau and Jacob bury Isaac. Which means that after Jacob pulled his switcheroo, after Jacob told Esau that he would walk with him, and then just kind of left him by the side of the road, that's it. Esau still came back to bury his father with Jacob. So Jacob has once again lied to, and I would argue wronged, his brother. But Esau is a big enough man at this point, is a good enough man at this point, seems to have moved on from his wrath, and comes to at least enough to come back and bury, to either not count what Jacob did against him here as a slight, or if he does count it as a slight, which, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, chat, I would count that as a slight if my brother, said, yeah, go on ahead, I'll catch up, and never caught up, that I would count that as a slight myself for sure, but we don't see that. We see Isaac breathed his last and dies and was gathered to his people, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. I do want to look at this expression, gathered to his people. Brought in, received Amai to his paternal kin. And that's a towards up into together. A old man of ripe old age and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. So Isaac and Jacob, Esau and Jacob bury Isaac together. And that's kind of this is the point where the narrative is going to shift away from Jacob and start not to say that the Bible has main characters necessarily, but we are going to stop having a spotlight on Jacob and Jacob's actions because we are going to move on to Joseph. And I'm not 100% sure what I want to do here. If I want to keep on and like just switch our study to Joseph, which would take us literally through Genesis into Exodus. Actually, no, there's more Jacob, right? We're just gonna have to start. Yeah, like Judah and Tamar? No, that's Judah. Yeah, no, it's Joseph, baby. Right? It's Joseph all the way through. Yeah. Well, we're going to think about it, because I think what next week is going to be, given that I have a due date coming up, I think next week is going to be primarily sermon prep streams. And I actually think we might have 3 sermon prep streams going on next week. But we shall see about that. I will get back to you on the specifics. So I think I actually just want to leave my notes uncollapsed here. I think we're going to call it potentially good on the Jacob study for the time being. Which means, I mean, at least for our immediate stream here, it is time to move on to and maybe finish Rakuen. We are powering through that wonderful little game. So I'm going to take a quick break, gotta hydrate, and then when I come back, we will pick up with Rakuen. So, I will be right back, or should I say, right back. I have returned. Let's go here. Where? There. There. And what we do want... Oh, still smug. I'm smug. I'm a smug fella. I try not to be a smug fella. I try to be a respectful fella. Where was I? I was... Right, yes, I was launching into some Rakuen. Let's bring that up here. Where is my... It is Thursday night. I've got one more day before the long weekend. I'm excited. Right. Let's bring our music off as we switch to the game soundtrack here. There. There. And hop on over here. Fantastic. And we need focus in this window. Okay. So we are Rakuen, for anybody unfamiliar, is a game where we are playing a young boy, who is hospitalized, and what we are able to do is move back and forth between the hospital and this fantastic world, through doors that appear in the hospital. There are many characters that we encounter in the hospital that have analogs over on this side of the book, The Doors. And as we have been going through this fantastical world, we have been helping the people that have issues over in the hospital. And why is my chat misaligned so bad on this screen? Let's fix that real quick. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. This is Cora, right? Hey, Cora. Welcome to my art store. What's up? I love having my own art store. It allows me to be creative for a living. Yeah, that is what having an art store would do. There are other ways to be creative. Well, okay, sorry. I don't need to nitpick. I love having my own art store. It allows me to be creative for a living. Welcome to my art store. You look stressed out. Don't get me wrong, I love making paper lanterns for the Star Night Festival. It's just that I'm running behind and I'm afraid I won't finish it on time. Do you think you could help gather materials for me to make lanterns? You bet. 5 reeds for paper and 6 fireflies for light. Sure, I'll help. Oh, wonderful, thank you so much. The reeds look like the ones I have in the vase down there. They grow in water. Catching the fireflies might be a bit tricky. You get a jar from Panky's assistant to catch them with. I'm gonna do the best and most beautiful Star Night ever. Okay. We've been given a quest. Panky is at the cupcake door? Hello, Panky. Hey, buddy, how's it going? What's up? I'm busy preparing food for Star Night, our village's biggest yearly event. You look stressed out. I am. Star Night is almost here, but I'm nowhere near ready. I'm a village chef, which means I'm responsible for all Star Night food. I have to prepare pancakes for the pancake eating contest, bake another 10 pies, collect Seela berries for Seela berry juice. Hey, if you would bring me 40 Seela berries, my life would be so much easier. Sure, I'll help. Thanks, buddy. You can find Seela berries scattered around the forest. I need 40 of them. I think I have 40. Yeah, I've just been picking every berry I see. Give me a jar. Welcome to Panky's Bakery. Because of Star Night, we don't have a whole lot right now. I think we might still have some royal jelly. Oh, I'd like a jar. Can I eat the jelly? Ooh. Let's send that over to the real glass. Okay, so it is just a jar. I can use the jar. Fantastic. So does everybody need some assistance of some kind? Hello, Elder. I hear that you helped the blacksmith get his tools back. If you're going to be around, you should come to our big Star Night celebration. What's Star Night? Star Night is our village's biggest yearly festival. We celebrate the unity of the village and the blue star whose light guided the first Leevils to Morizora's forest. But this year it's going to be tough to get everything organized in time due to the big storm we had last week. You might want to ask around to see if any of the villagers need help. Do you need help repairing? Now that you mention it, we had a big storm last week. I'm trying to make it tough to organize everything in time. You might want to ask around. Okay, so, cool. Do you guys prepping anything? Recently, the river water levels are getting dangerously low. So the Great Water Dragon, Stormy, moved here to fix things. Now we have all the water we could possibly need. Awesome. If you're looking for Morizora, he lives in the big cave northwest of the village. I'm not. Actually, let's check the inn proprietor real quick, just to be sure. Welcome to Label Inn. Would you like to sleep here? Sleep? Now, what does sleeping do? Have I just made a mistake? Save your game? Oh, I see. Cute. You know, like sleeping at an inn does in an RPG. Hey, Jackie, what's up? Welcome back, guys. Boy, I sure can't wait for the start of this year. I'm going to use my knowledge of physics to maximize my fun. Beanbag toss? Why, that's just a fancy term for calculating the surface area and velocity. Use gravity in your favor. Tool menu, X, pickaxe. That's okay. Well, we've got all the tools. Do I have a marble on me? I do have a marble. I have 2 marbles on me. I think I want to give those to Sue, like, now, because Sue is the most interesting character in this game, and I love her, and I would die for her. That's, the urge to protect Sue is incredibly strong, is all I will say. Oh, look, it's my room. I wonder what's up with that Yami guy. I wonder if I'll learn what's up with that Yami guy before everything's, Hey, Cora. Hey there! Can I buy something? Oh, she's got stuff. Looking board game shelf. Can I buy something? Boom. And, can I buy something? Chess set. Boom. To put the item. Can I buy something? You bought everything. Thanks. To put the, yep, okay. What are you guys doing? I'm just helping out with a special mission, making the 5th floor lounge red again. If you want to buy fun items to help fill in the lounge, talk to me or the guy standing next to me. Hey there! Hey, hey! So, that's I've purchased everything. Let's see what we got going on in the lounge. It's bopping in the lounge. Boom. Awesome. Boom. Nice. And bam. Now we can play chess. Alright. Are you real? Happy Onion Air Freshener. Interesting. Yes. How's it going, Father Evan? Welcome on in. We are, decking out the lounge with all of the things we have purchased, including... Well, we didn't purchase the frog. We found Glenn the frog, as well as... OG the cat. My favorite thing in the lounge is this No Holds Barred poster. Did I get affiliate? I think I just turned on some things. I think I'm missing one more stream to the affiliate with consistent viewership. I'm also considering whether or not I want to. I do have emotes and channel rewards now. I think everybody can have those now. I think you just have to flip the monetization switch. I think that is a change Twitch rolled out recently, and I am making use of it. I am chewing on whether or not I actually want to pull the affiliate trigger if that becomes affiliate, if that becomes something available to me, because, like, I'm not a huge fan of running ads, personally. But we shall cross that bridge. We shall burn that bridge when we come to it. But yes, I do have emotes and channel points and rewards now. And I am excited for folks to build up points and use those. And also, this is my first stream with them, so if I am willing to negotiate. If people do not like prices, we can talk. Wait, Poochie's actually here? Like, the dog came to the hospital? Yo. Hey there. What's up? I'm so relieved that my friend is okay. Turns out she'd been waiting for me all this time in the place we used to meet. I'm so glad she's safe. Oh my goodness. Sue, oh man, Sue. Give Sue the Celestial Marble? Yes. It's the Starland Pillow Fort planet. I can't believe you found it. It's so beautiful here. There are so many stars on this planet twinkling in the sky and all around you just like rock candy. It does get really cold, though. But you can build forts out of blankets and couch cushions and pillows. Last time I was there, I built a castle out of pillows and this special quilt that had magical patches. It was warm and safe inside. Wow, a whole castle! My mom taught me how to build forts in my room so I could hide there until it was safe to come out. Well, it's okay, because on this planet, no one can hurt you. You're totally safe here. It's like having a sleepover with your friends, but all the time. Thanks again for bringing this back to me. Hey there! I brought you something. The flower marble. Oh, it's my flower marble! This marble is so special to me. The last time I was here, I found a floating island in the sky. It was covered with grass and flowers. The flowers were all different colors. Some were big, some were small. It smelled so good there. Were there any blue ones? Yes, lots. There's this one blue flower that looks like a really big dandelion puff, but each puff has lots of tiny blue flowers on it. There are blue roses, too. Let's go there together sometime. We can climb to the top of the island and lay down in the flowers and watch the sky. The island moves with the wind, so an hour will go by and suddenly we'll be over a completely new place. I have returned all of Sue's marbles. I have given Sue all of her worlds back, and man, Sue's so... I love Sue. Sue has an active imagination. And where does the door in Sue's room go to? Why, it goes out here. Ah, right, yes. I need to catch 6 fireflies for the Liebel Festival. Right. The Starlight Festival, which seems like it's going to be kind of the culmination of this game. And I believe fireflies are over on the right-hand side of the map. How many reeds do I have? Enough? Is bamboo reeds? Maybe not. The soundtrack in Liebel Village is so poppin'. Hey, look, a fire... Oh, there are reeds. Reeds are harvestable. Good to know. Firefly. Just a little more gathering before they... Okay. I missed that the reeds were gatherable prior to this. I might have to range out a bit and find more reeds. I think there's more fireflies down this way. If I'm recalling correctly. Maybe I'm not. There are more reeds on this map, perhaps? There's my good friend Mushroom on a log. He's a mushroom on a log, you see. But he's happy. He's happy with his place in life. There are reeds up here. I'm looking for reeds and fireflies. And those are the things I am after. I just can't stop dancing. Yeah, play that music louder, man. All the Mini Mario are actually awaiting the Great Forest Guardian's awakening. Mini Mario are very musical, you know. When Morizoda wakes up, we will sing a song of happiness. Cool. Awesome. Amazing. A song of happiness. I sing songs of happiness at least once a week. Usually more. What's in this cave? Nothing. Okay, where else are fireflies and reeds? I think that's kind of the terminus down here. I've been in the sign cave already. I don't need to go back in. So, I just don't have something to say to me, because he is hopping up and down. I hope my beanbag makes the people in the hospital really happy. It will. It will. It's a cool freaking beanbag, man. It's a real cool beanbag. So, not here, then maybe south down this way? Ah, there's some reeds. Hello. Such a catchy song. Alright, reeds gathered. And then we're gonna head down... Not that way. Head on over... this way. Down this way. Fantastic. There's some more fireflies. Nice. Gotcha. Keep an eye out for more reeds while we are harvesting more fireflies. Can I go down this way, finally? Is the game gonna let me progress, or is this guy gonna stay in my way? Sorry, until the festival grounds are closed up until we get everything set up. Okay. How many fireflies do I have? I have 4 fireflies and 4 reeds, and I know I need more than that, which means I'm missing some somewhere. Missing some somewhere. Alright. Where? If I had been paying more attention earlier in the game, or things that looked like they might be harvestable objects, we would not be having to wander around to find them right. Okay, I know there's another portion of this map. Is it down... If I go through Stormy's cave... How's it going, Stormy? What do you do? I try to keep everything in balance and make sure the forest gets the water it needs. How are the waters? Clear and balanced as they should be. Well, good for you, Stormy. You're doing your job. There's some more reeds. We go up this way. Alright. Not much going on here. Let's keep on keeping on. More reeds. And a firefly. Ooh, and multiple fireflies. Boop. 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 Fantastic. How are you doing, miss? Welcome to the Midnight Tea Shop. How can I help you today? What's up? Times have been rough, but I'm going to try my best every day. We have one saying in the world of tea. One time, one meeting. Basically, this could be the first and last time we ever meet. The first and last chance. The first and last moment. So let's make it the best it can be. Sounding a lot like Solomon and a lot like James there, miss. You never know when you are... when it's all going to be Havel. When it's all going to be vapor. Okay, well, we're not going that way, I guess. You never know when it is, when time is up. Not to be too morbid. You never know when it will be... You can't just say, I'll do it tomorrow, because tomorrow is not necessarily promised us. Ugh. Okay, I think I might have enough reeds and fireflies now. It is good to have a little memento mori, Father Evan. 100% agreed. Okay. But the cool thing about being Christian is that we get to have hope that there is some oh boy, my Latin is failing me. There is man, there is life after the Mori. What is life? I should know this. I should absolutely know this. Okay, this is gonna bother me until I look it up. Life. Vita. There is Vita after the Mori. Or anima, I suppose, depending on what you're rolling with. Regardless, The Mori is not the end, is what we want to stress. There's not attached to the rocks. Read it. Hanging out at Lebo Village, Christina. Cool, but can I come in anyway? No? Okay. Wait, if I say no to the note, will the note let me... Okay, I just cannot... Man, let me go into the house and rob things. Please. Sorry, not rob. Take things to move elsewhere. Not take. Move things elsewhere. There we go. Alright, I believe that should be enough reeds and fireflies. Let's get back to the village. Oop. And then... Yeah, I don't think there was anything north of here. We can just bop on over. Alright. And let's get Cora the materials she needs to make lanterns. Cora, reeds, and fireflies. Now, Star Knight will be as bright as it was meant to be. When it's time for Star Knight, talk to the chief and he'll walk over with you, okay? That's Cora, that's Pink. It seems like it might be time for Star Knight. The stars are starting to fall, you know what that means. Star Night is about to begin. Shall we walk to the festival? Not quite yet. I want to make sure nobody else needs help setting things up. Danielle is not here. Read it. Snacks. I'm at Star Night. Come say hi. Sincerely, Danielle. Okay. Jackie doesn't need anything. I think it is time. What's going on, Tony? It's good to see you again. How are you? I'm going to do my best each day to help protect Lebo Village. It's the least I could do after the vegetable gardens I destroyed. Oh, Tony. Hey, Christina. The cubs love spending time with their grandpa. He can't say no to them. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. There's only so much honey a cub should be eating in one day. Wait, you're saying bears don't subsist entirely on honey? I don't know what you're talking about, Christy. Alright. I like having a grandpa. And I like putting families back together. Honey! What are the kids' names? Amber and Amanda? Cute. What's up this way? Oh man, it's nice up here at night. Also, tall creatures from across the sea. What can I help you with? I know I complain about winter time, but I'm pretty thankful we don't have to deal with things like bears and dog spirits. Dog spirits? Oh yeah, there's a lot of spirits down there. Apparently a dog spirit decided to sit itself down and not move. What could she possibly want? Not much. To be reunited with her girl. To be a Hachiko. Door is locked. Alright. I think it's time for the Starlight Festival, and it feels like we've helped everybody. Which means I think this might be a kind of a epilogue or a closing element on this game would be my guess. So, let's dive in. The stars are starting to fall, you know what that means. Starlight is about to begin. Shall we walk to the festival together? Yes, Chief. Alrighty then, let's go. Mom, I can't believe we're really here. It's truly amazing. What a beautiful festival. What would you like to do first, dear? Welcome to Star Night. Is it your first time here? What am I saying? Of course it's your first time here. Well, come on in. Make yourselves at home. Oh, and there's a little gift. We call it Libel Ramune. It's a delicious, bubbly drink in a fun glass bottle. Nice. Thank you. Whoa, Mom, look. There's a little glass marble inside the top of the bottle. Oh, how neat. When I was a little girl, we used to drink ramune. A neighborhood boy once told me there was a way to get the marble out of the bottle without breaking it. But I'm pretty sure he just made that up. Mom, I think I should give this marble to Sue. Yes, we should give this marble to Sue. We should do everything we can to make Sue happier, because Sue deserves all the happiness in the world. Do you think she'd still want it for her collection, even though it's inside a bottle? That's very kind of you, dear. And yes, I'm sure she would very much appreciate that. Okay, then. Let's go to Star Night. We got some Oban music going on. Shaved ice with fun flavors. Get them before they melt. Try your hand at Kingyosuki. If you can catch a goldfish, you can keep it as a pet. Would you like to play? Yeah. Nice. I'm gonna send him to the lounge. Saffron the goldfish. Go, Saffron. Have you tried midnight tea before? It's a very special kind of tea that makes you dream the sweetest dreams you've ever had. You guys are here. I missed you a lot. Rupert misses you too, even though he doesn't want to admit it. I liked the name then, and I like the name now, Sugar Baby. This tea is... They're the Teebles, because they're Leebles drinking tea. That's adorable. Nothing goes with a cream cake like a nice hot cup of tea. Hi guys, thanks very much for helping me with the lanterns earlier. This place looks great. What's up? What's the best thing here? I really like the syllabary donuts over at Panky's. They're delicious. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just painting portraits for folks and face paint for the kids. Well, can I have some face paint? I'm a kid. What do you want? Alice, do you want to know what I've eaten tonight? Please tell me you aren't going to get sick later. I had an eclair, a fruit tart with whipped cream, a sandwich, another sandwich, a pie, I thought you said you were going to pace yourself. Wait, does pace yourself mean eat until your stomach hurts? Oh my gosh, no. Oh, no. Oh, then no, I'm not going to pace myself. Best Star Night ever. This guy has no dialogue. Happy Star Night, you guys. I'm in charge of coordinating the music for the festival tonight, so I won't be able to bring my sweet dog spirit with me. Makes me sad, but I'll see her soon. Anyway, here's a little something to help you remember tonight. Owl Bushy Muddy. Let's send that to the lounge. Boom. This is my favorite time of year. Do little buds! Oh yeah, no holds barred, plays festivals too! Got any requests? Do a lute solo! Yeah! Rock on, little dude! Hey, Rupert. Oh, it's Sugar Bear's cousins. Long time no see, friends. It's a beautiful night, though this humidity is terrible for my powdered wig. Well? You made it. I'm so happy to see you here. I brought many different teas to share with folks tonight, but the most specialty of all, you know, is our midnight tea. What's it like? Well, it tastes sweet, though there's no sugar. It will make you feel cozy and warm, as if you were at home. Oh. Care to try some? Although I must warn you, once you drink it, you'll surely fall asleep. Oh, I see. No. What was that descriptor that I skipped over by mistake? No. Okay, I missed dialogue. No! Want to eat some takoyaki? They're piping. Oh, I would do things that I probably shouldn't admit to being willing to do for some takoyaki. Some real takoyaki right now. Oh, I want to eat the fried octopus balls. So, this has just... Where can I get takoyaki where I live? Where is the nearest takoyaki? Near me, please. Oh, no shot! Down the road? I wonder if it's any good. Well, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm eating this weekend. Okay. Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. I'm already drooling in anticipation. Well, I'm not drooling. It's better than no takoyaki. Yeah, it is better than no takoyaki. The place down the road is a pretty good Japanese restaurant that I have eaten at before. So yeah, we'll see how the takoyaki stacks against the Osaka street takoyaki, which is like probably top 3 street foods I had while in Japan, and I ate a lot of street foods while in Japan. Hey, you guys, glad you could make it. You're becoming such a big part of the village, it'd be weird not to see you here. What can I do for you? What are you doing? For the first time in ages, I'm taking a break, of course. Actually, I'll tell you guys what I'm really doing. I'm secretly studying the science behind festival games. The science behind games? Let's just say the chief decides to bring out a beanbag tossing game. Check this out. If you flatten the beanbag before you toss it, you have a greater chance of knocking more things over. It's nothing more than maximizing surface area. I've got this in the bag. The beanbag! Oh! What can I do for you? What's the best thing here? I would say the bread, except Panky's not bagging it correctly. He isn't using the right ratio of flour leavening agents, so the optimal bread height has not been achieved. But bread height aside, the bread is very good. Too good! Alright. Hey, glad you guys could make it. Where's your husband? He couldn't make it tonight. He's playing some dumb card game with one of his bear friends. Super Dragon Mage Wizard Warrior Wizards or something. Okay. Let's just take the pot shots. That's fine. Hey, glad you guys can make it. Though, it is weird that your husband isn't here at the festival with you, Danielle. Like, this feels like a once a year thing that, maybe he should have come to? But what do I know? Did you ever get a fifth cat? I got something even better, actually. Her name is Peach. Hey, glad you guys could make it. Okay, but what is she? You're in luck. My plushies were selling like hotcakes, but... My hotcakes were selling like plushies! Panky. As I was saying, I'm nearly sold out, but I have one very special plushie left. It's yours for the low price of 10 gold. Yeah! The Panky doll. It's Panky-shaped. Let's send it to the lounge. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Tony. Does that tiny Lilo really think he can beat a bear in a pancake eating contest? I'm a bear! Yo, Grandpa, you can do it! Oh, no, man, you don't, like... It's Buffkiss, man! Oh, so that bear thinks he can beat me in eating pancakes. Well, ask him this. Did he ever eat so many pancakes that they had to carry him away in a stretcher? Because that was me the last 3 years. Hey, Buffkiss! There is a point where it's too much, man. There is a point, man, where it's just gluttony, plain and simple. And I think you're past it, Buffkiss. Hey, Panky. Well, I finally got everything prepared in time. These guys were about to have a pancake eating contest. Okay. Are you just eating cabbage from someone else's garden? Don't you judge me! So you are. Okay. The chief is telling us about the blue star. Buffkiss is gonna eat everything. Just you wait. The chief is telling good stories with lots of exciting secrets and twists. But when I listen to his stories with my mom, she just can't help herself. If she's heard the story before, she always reveals the ending before the chief has a chance to get to that part. Christina! Ah, this is the good part. You find out that the villain wasn't actually a bad guy at all. He was just her long-lost nephew in disguise the whole time. Ma, why are you always giving away the endings? Oh, I just wanted to make sure you understood because it's kind of complicated. But he hasn't even gotten to that part yet. Sorry. Who, me? Oh, I always leave the caves to hear the chief's stories. I hope you're enjoying Star Night. I mean, I am? I think I've done everything at Star Night. I think I've literally talked to everyone and everything at Star Night. Oh, how about you? What a beautiful night. I love checking out all the different treats they have during Star Night. Do you have a favorite? I'll tell you your fortune based on which one you choose. Ooh. It's takoyaki. Takoyaki are delicious. The only problem is that I get too excited and bite into it before it's cooled down. Yeah, I'm glad you're talking about takoyaki and not doing the divination you said you were going to do. If you eat takoyaki fast like me, then it means you need to work on your patience. Oh, it's not a fortune. But if you wait for it to cool, it means you are good at savoring life. That's not really telling my fortune, man. Watermelon. Watermelon's my favorite fruit. When I was little, my mom said it kind of looked like a watermelon. Is that good? If you like watermelon, it means that you are easygoing and laid back. Well, actually, if it's the reason you're eating is because you got really angry and need to cool off, then the opposite is true. Okay, so you're not doing... Dango are so chewy. I think if you like them, that means you persevere. You have to chew a lot to finish one. Okay. Can I eat the watermelon that is set aside here? Honey melon of the finest quality. Nope. Okay, and where can I get my hands on some dango? This is shaved ice. It's easy to tell your fortune. Your 401k is crying? Bad fortune? Praise the Lord, my 401k is doing pretty alright right now. But yeah, that is certainly some bad fortune. if it's crying. Okay, can't go that way. Yeah, I think it's time to drink the tea that makes you sleep. Care to try some? I'll warn you, when you drink it, you'll surely fall asleep. Are you sure you're done experiencing Star Night? I'm quite serious when I say it will make you fall into a deep slumber. Yes. Sweet dreams. Oh, wow, that's some strong freaking tea. Some strong freaking... Oh, man. Flashbang tea. Now, who is that? Sue? Sue! Hey, Sue, you're up and about. Huh? You're here! Aww.
Once these walls were gray, but you made stars and skies and snowflakes.
Pentecost. Yeah, it is this Sunday.
Found a rainbow everywhere. You made a place so we could hide away.
Oh, we're going to all the planets.
And if you
It's the Dog Cat Cafe planet.
by my side, we'll make it through.
It's the Upside Down Tea House planet.
And you'll never have to feel alone again. So before it's time to leave, would you build a little world with me?
Cute. Take the rainbow. Oh, RPG Maker. Never change. It's the Toy House planet. These are all the are the marbles I just gave to Sue. Are we gonna get those ones too? Like, if you miss marbles, do you not get scenes here?
Once this room was cold, but then I asked the sun to smile again. Our castle covered the expanse
Nice.
with all the patches
This place rocks.
we could hold.
Where's next?
And if I stay
Yeah, this is the Floating Flower Island. Okay. Yeah, so this was you get scenes for each marble. Oh, and here's the Pillow Fort planet. Aww. This is so cute. Huh? Oh, we're gonna give Sue another marble. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now you cannot do this to me! You cannot do this to me! You cannot do this to me, game. You cannot do this, Rakuen. No! Why? Mm-hmm. Oh, there's that Mori mementoing, everybody. There it is.
Now it's time for me to leave. I'm glad you built this little world with me.
Yeah. Hey, Yami. What's up with you? They all leave eventually. Yami, I know how you feel. I know what it feels like to have someone leave you. She didn't leave me. You make it sound like she left on purpose. But she didn't. Well, the person who left me did have a choice. How do you know that? Because he had the chance to come home, and he didn't. What if he stayed because people needed his help? Who could be more important than your own family? He left us alone. I'm sorry. I know how it feels to be alone. But if you come with me, you'll never have to be alone again. Yami, come with me. I'll take care of you. Okay, I'll go. Yami's an envoy. I'm an envoy. What? Uh-oh. Hang on. Do I have to play as Mom now? Do we have to find Boy? Does Mom have to find Boy? Where's my son? Where is our son, Mom? It's locked? Uh-oh. Oh, look, she's awake. Good morning, ma'am. Hope you slept well. Wasn't Star Night a blast? Thank you all, and yes, it was a very lovely event. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit distracted right now. Have any of you seen my son? Your son? Oh, that's right, you two are usually together, aren't you? Yes, but I just woke up and now he's gone. I have a terrible feeling about this. I have to find him. It's okay, ma'am. We'll help you however we can. What's going on? Someone is lost? Yes, her son's gone missing. Her son? You mean that child with the warrior's hat? That's him. She just woke up and he was gone. That's terrible. I know. I'm sorry, but I have to go now. Ma'am, I know you must be in a great hurry, but if I may make a suggestion. Here in Morizora's Forest, we have a belief that when a loved one has gone missing, a Hikaribana will lead you back to them. A Hikaribana? You mean the glowing flower? Yes, the light flower. Yes. Do you know Winston? He was in town the other day and he mentioned keeping one in his tent. Winston lives up by the river. He might lend you his Hikaribana if you're unable to find your son. Thank you all very much. I will go there right away. Oh, and ma'am? Yes? The envoy are strong today, so please be careful. Thank you. I will be. Hey, Chief. Did you enjoy Stone Night? Oh, where is your colt? Aren't you usually together? Spooky. All right. They're not messing around. But which one is my son? Because one of them is my son. And I need my son back. Hey, Winston, could I have your flower that led you to your loved one? Well, hello there. It's been a while. Oh, Winston. I'm sorry to bother you, but I don't know who else to turn to right now. Oh no, what happened? When I woke up after Star Night, my son was gone. Something feels wrong. I don't know how to explain it, but I just know he needs my help. The envoy. The labels at the inn told me that Hikaribana could lead me to him. Come with me. I think I might be able to help. Have you heard the story of the Hikaribana? A little bit. Where I come from, every year Luna flies lay their eggs inside these big flowers. When they hatch, the Luna flies make the whole flower grow and lift them as they fly for the first time. But there's something else that's special about these flowers. If you lost someone dear to you and you think deeply about what they mean to you, the light of the Hikaribana will glow and lead you to them. Please take this and find your son. Thank you. Oh, and one more thing. Yes? You should start with where his presence was the strongest. The place where he spent the most time recently. Perhaps where he spent the most time alone with his thoughts. Good luck. Thank you. Locked. Okay, the most time alone with his thoughts. Well, I guess if the inn is the inn room, where that is. Maybe. We might go a little long tonight, because it kind of feels like we are... It's locked. Okay, so not here. Where would he have spent the most time alone with his thoughts if I cannot go back to the hospital? Over by where Sue was, perhaps? Which is actually up this way. Yeah, I might run a little long tonight. Because I think we are, I go through to Morizora's cave. If I try heading back to the hospital, one of these doors is... Okay, so we're going to try all the different doors. I bet Sue's door will work. Okay. So, no, there... Where else are there doors? Winston's door, the inn's door. Can I go through the inn's door? No, we cannot go through the inn's door. Can I go... At least the game will let me know when I'm going the wrong way. For example, I would bet I'm not allowed to... Yep. Okay. Does Jackie's room have a door? I don't think so. Let's check. Yes, it does. It's locked. Jackie, how do I get back to the hostel? Good morning, lovely day, isn't it? Actually, it feels a little bit strange today, doesn't it? The energy's a bit heavier than usual. Can I go in here? It's just a chest. Okay, so that one's locked and that one's locked. Where else is there a door? We've done Winston's. We tried Jackie's. Hey, Bufkus. That bear thought he could eat more than me. Huh. Bufkus forever. Alright, Bufkus, can I go this way? Nope. I don't think Cora has a door, right? Nope. I don't think Danielle or Panky has a door, right? Star Night is over, but you can see the baker's work is never done. Welcome to Panky's Bakery. Because Star Night, we don't have a whole lot right now. Okay. So, not this way. I don't believe Danielle has a door. She does not. Danielle, where is my son? Hey, lady, you're up early today. I think it was the first time I've seen you here without your son. Is he out playing somewhere? Okay. Some help you are. Can I go up the beanstalk? Nope. Can't go into Morty's cave. Did I just not try Winston's door? Can I go up this beanstalk? Nope. Oh, how about this door? How about this door I walked right past? Oh, this is where Sun has most recently been. Patient 138. Anoxic brain injury, stage 1 coma, respiratory therapy session. Oh, that's no good. Door over here, the door is locked. Can't do much. A thermometer. Patient 138 blood samples. Open the cabinet. The cabinet is empty. How about that cabinet? Open the nope, can't open that cabinet. Door is locked. Okay. Okay, there we go. Help. Why? Mom, I'm scared. What is an X-ray? Oh, good. We're learning what happened to Boy. Am I here? When the work is done, we'll all get to go home. Boy, help. Working on it, Boy. Patient 237. Permeated permatrexed disodium. Oh, that's just treatment guide. You're gonna send me back to the inn, aren't you? Okay, good. Oh, nothing for it. Yeah, enter the portal. Are you kidding me? What adventurer in his... But don't you worry. We're a strong bunch. We're eating ramen together and singing fight songs. Hun, are you in there? Is someone calling me? Hey, it's Dad of Boy. Just wanted to let you know that I gotta head in early today. Tetsuya called in, so they need an extra hand on the floor. Aw, that's too bad. Well, your lunch is all ready. I just gotta grab it from the kitchen. Oh, I can grab it on the way out. You two gonna be okay picking up Grandma from the station? I think we should be fine. I'll let you know if we run into any trouble. Just gotta take care of some things around the house before we head out. Alrighty, see you later then. I love you. Love you too. Now, where did I put that to-do list? It's gotta be around here somewhere. Boom. Mom's to-do list. Find work papers, sort the laundry, water the plant, turn on rice cooker. Ah, here it is. Time to get to work. This is a nice house. Is this the plant that needs watering? Wow, this is a really nice house. Thirsty bonsai. What was on that to-do list? Oh, interact with everything it is. Laundry machine's on. Fill the sink with water. Always fill the sink with water. Never not fill the sink with water. The sink, it needs the water, you see. A large bathtub. Fill the empty bucket with water. You know it. Let's water the tree. Make sure we fill our bucket back up, because always fill the bucket up. Always full buckets. You never know when you're going to need to save yourself from some fall damage. Okay, where's the rice cooker? Turn that sucker on. Nice. Fill the sink with water, absolutely. Fridge. Alright. Assortment of old books. Children's calendar with a picture of an elephant on it. Boop, boop. Alright. Let us... I guess I should go back and read the to-do list. I have started the laundry machine and started the rice cooker. And water the bonsai tree. There's one thing left, which was... Find work papers. Got it. Are these work papers? Nope. Now there would work papers be. Are they in one of these cabinets? Find a folder? Yes. My work papers. Okay. Boop. Handkerchiefs. Cool. Well, we have done the to-do list. Now what? We have mommed successfully. Hooray for us. The phone, it is ringing. Hello? Hello, ma'am. I'm calling from Sakadomachi Elementary with an urgent message about your son. My son? Is everything okay? He's okay right now. He's resting here in the nurse's office for a time being, but you're gonna have to come pick him up. My goodness, what happened? His teacher said he passed out during class. He also complained of a severe headache and nausea right before. I'm sure it's just a flu or something like that. I'm leaving right now. I'll be there as soon as I can. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Let's go pick up a boy from school. We'll be taking your son to radiology to do x-rays. It won't take too long. Mom, I'm scared. Yo. Bro's rocking some hair. Oh, and he's not gonna keep it, which is why he wears the hat. It's alright, honey. I've had many x-rays before, and it doesn't hurt at all. This way, ma'am. What's an x-ray? Well, do you remember the episode of Nekopanmon when his friend gets eaten? Yeah. Do you remember what Nekopanmon did to save the day? He used x-ray goggles to see inside the giant's tummy. He could see that his friend was in there. So he tricked the giant into drinking so much soda that he burped his friend out. Yep. Now we're going to use an x-ray to look inside your tummy and see what's going on in there, to make sure everything is okay. Does that mean I get to drink soda? We'll talk about that later. Aw. That's adorable. Nekopanmon. Cat bread man. Cat bread. Is Nekopon an actual thing? Or are we just doing... Is it a riff on Anpanmon? Probably just a riff on Anpanmon. My goodness. Did he just, like, walk by? Excuse me? Yeah. I'm not feeling good, Mom. Sorry, honey. I'll see if I can find something for us to do. Okay. Fill the sink with water. Absolutely. Okay, can't leave. Patient 237. That's his treatment guide. cabinet. Plain white paper, and crayons. Absolutely. You know it. Door is locked. There is a sign at the door. Read it. Storage area 5B. Patients are allowed beyond this point. Really shouldn't have those kind of doors in. Push the call button. Hello, can I help you? Do you have any activities? We do. The children's lounge has all sorts of things, but if your son isn't feeling well enough to leave the room, I believe there should be some paper and crayons in the drawers. Sorry, I called by mistake. And this time I'm calling. When will the doctor be by? Your doctor should be ringing around shortly. Mom, I had another bad dream. Everyone's gonna look at me funny. I don't want people to stare at me. Oh, sweetie. You know, I just remembered something really important. Something your father and I have been meaning to teach you. What is it? Well, what if I told you with just a piece of paper you could make a very special piece of armor? Really? Oh yes, a helmet in fact. A helmet that looks like the helmet samurai used to wear in battle. Wow! Will you teach me, Mom, please? Of course. And lucky for you, I found some paper right in our room. Let's get to work. Yeah! Yeah, I think we're gonna go for maybe another half an hour to just see if we can get this, game fit. Mom, it's so cool! You look great. Like a real samurai. Thank you, Mom. How's your son doing today? He's hanging in there. Misses the rest of the family, but they'll be visiting soon. I think he'll be especially happy to see his dad. How are you doing today? I'm on break right now, and they restocked the vending machine, so not too shabby. Get some tea. Not really feeling like eating those right now. Okay, well, how about some hot coffee? I'm not really feeling like drinking that right now. Fine, we'll get green tea. Been craving this all day, huh? I could have sworn I felt something. Oh my gosh! I have to find my son! Hey, shift leader, maybe don't run in circles? This whole place is shaking. We gotta get out of here. But my son's still in this wing. I have to find him. Yeah, running in circles is not gonna get you out of here, shift leader. I'll tell you that much. It's kind of a jam, though. Mom, what's happening? Hold tight, dear. I'm almost there. I'm so scared. You're fine, kid. Let's go. A little earthquake ain't gonna do nothing to you. Mom, do you see outside? There's water everywhere. I know, dear. That's why we all have to stay indoors right now. Will we have to swim everywhere? The water will eventually return to normal, so no. What about Dad? Is he gonna get back from work? You don't need to worry about that. When it's Dad's time to come home, the plant is arranged for special transportation. Why, they have all sorts of people helping out. The firemen, the police, even folks who have boats. I miss him. Me too, dear. But we're gonna see him soon enough. Would you like a snack? Thanks, Mom, but I'm not really hungry at all. Do you want to draw? We could draw dinosaurs from the latest episode of Nekoponmon. Nah, that's okay. Speaking of water... Oh! Did I ever tell you about my friend from Fiji? No? Well, from what I've heard, in Fiji there's so much water that they do swim everywhere. To their friends' houses, to the park, even to school. They just hop in the water and go. Won't their books get wet? I think everything they need is just kept at the school. Which is pretty important if you think about it. I mean, you want a good education. You don't want it to be watered down. Eh? Eh? Mom! Hello? Hi, honey, it's me. Dad! Oh, honey, I'm so happy to hear from you. We all miss you so much. I miss you too. I've been thinking about all of you. Is everything alright? Dad? Our team is gonna have to stay at the plant a bit longer. Dear? But don't you worry, we're a strong bunch. We're eating ramen together and singing fight songs. We'll pull together and protect our town. And when the work is done, we'll all get to go home. I love you so very much. I love you too. Dad? They're calling us back now. Take care of them for me. Dad! I think this is like the earthquake. Hey, Cora. We're so lucky to be this high up. People are saying the water washed away all the food and medicine from the ground floor. I think it's nice how they've been using the bulletin board for those articles. Articles? The ones about your husband and all those other workers. I don't have much, but I just wanted to say that if you ever need anything, please let me know. Vending machines are all empty. I wonder if they just let us take the... I wonder if they'd let us take the sample drinks out of the display. We're not really aware of the date of their assignment. However, according to the Prime Minister Nato Khan, the workers were prepared for... Oh, boy, yeah. Bad. Bad news. He's almost finished for the day. Why don't you check back in a little bit? I'd sure love a visit from you. It's a great and noble thing what your husband and those other workers did. They truly are heroes and will always be remembered. Yeesh. Yeesh. I just can't imagine what it must have been like for those workers. I mean, our hospital's been hit pretty hard by all this. Still, it's nothing compared to what they went through. Your husband's a real hero, staying behind like that to take care of the power plant. Yeesh. It's probably best to keep clear of this area. The floor's starting to cave in from all the water damage. Okay, well, where am I going then? Okay. Shoot the gap here. Nope. Where else am I supposed to go? Talk to everyone, right? I check the desks. Boop. Boop, boop. Nope. Okay. Can I go, like, I feel like I can't go this way, right? Like, what am I missing? Something. Can I check, like, this? Looking for a newspaper. Read it. Yes, I see. 20th March. Nuclear power plant was damaged, but the heroic efforts and impersonation. Operators all sail shut down all 4 operating reactors. Looking for a newspaper. Read it. Yes. Given the long-term effects of exposure to high levels of ionizing radiation would be more likely to appear before natural death in older workers, so the workers were given the option to leave. However, a strong sense of loyalty to their co-workers and community prevented them from leaving the ill-fated nuclear power plant. Okay. Is that all? Okay, now that I have read all 3 boards, can I talk to my son? Yes. He's right up ahead. He's been asking about you all afternoon. Hi, sweetie. I'm here now. Mom, is that you? Yes, dear. How do you feel like? Okay, I feel like I'm moving. We're in a car. Are we in a car? No, dear. Oh, okay. How are you? Feeling all right. Talked to some nice people today. I got to eat some noodles. Noodles. Yes, dear, noodles. Mom, did I dream what happened to Dad? No, I'm sorry, dear. That wasn't a dream. That's what I thought. But I want you to know that no matter what, I will always be there for you. But, Mom, who's going to be there for you? It's a good question, kid. You, right? Hello, Envoy. Mommy, where are you? I'm so scared. Hey, Envoy. I might never get to leave. I'm too weak and too sick. How could I ever help anyone with anything? Go to sleep. Yami, what are you doing? Yami, why are you named Darkness? Yami, take a chill pill. I know what it feels like to have someone leave you. The person who left me did have a choice. He had a chance to come home and he didn't. Why didn't you come home? Go to sleep. Alright, Yami. I'm gonna kick your ass. Sorry, that's a little harsh language, but who could be more important than your own family? You left us alone. But now I'm gonna leave her too. I'm not ready. I don't want to leave. So let's not. My baby, can you hear me? Go to sleep. Alright, kid. Who are you and what are you doing? When you're asleep, you don't feel lonely. It's okay, sweetie. I'm right here. You're not alone at all. When you're asleep, you don't feel afraid. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to feel that way. I'm really, really scared. My dear, I don't want you to worry. Everything is going to be okay. How can you say that? It's not okay. I'm not okay. I can hear what the doctors say about me. I know I'm all messed up inside. Sweetie, remember what I told you before? You're in good hands. Your doctor is one of the best doctors in the whole world. The hospital is giving you treatments that have helped many other children get 100% better. You're not weak. You're the strongest boy I know. You're my little hero. I'm too weak and too sick to ever help anyone. I'm no hero. Yeah, okay, kid. Calm down. They say Dad was a hero, but why did he leave us? Did he not love us? Oh, sweetie, your dad loved you very much. He loved us, then why didn't he come home? Because of duty, kid. They gave him a chance to leave the power plant, but he didn't take it. I know in my heart that your dad believed this was the best way to protect us. Who's gonna be there for you? When Dad died, I really wanted to help you. But if I die, I can't get stronger. I can't even do that. Sweetie, you're not gonna die. The doctors are doing everything they can to help you get better. Your latest test showed so much improvement. I know it's tough, but we gotta try to stay positive. We're gonna get through this together. But what if I do die? That's not gonna happen. Hey, kid, guess what? Even if you do die, it doesn't help to think about how you're going to. But what if it does happen? It's not gonna happen. It doesn't... I'm sorry, Mom. I don't think I can believe anymore.
Close your eyes. It is time for you to tell the world good night. It might be dark inside, but there are still stars shining. Close your eyes. It is time
Yeah!
for you to tell
I,
the world good
from the
night.
moment I heard the first verse,
Might be dark inside, but there are still stars shining in the sky. Close your eyes. I am here, and everything will be alright. I am right here by your side as we go walking through the night.
look at everybody we helped. Alright, kid. go. Morizora is awake. Time to make a wish. Please, please don't leave me. I'm all alone. I'm all alone and I'm so afraid. Yummy, Yummy, it's okay. You're not alone. I'm not gonna leave you. You're not? No, I'm not. It's okay. We're in this together. You're a part of me, and I'm a part of you, from the very beginning until the very end. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Love you, Mom. Love you too. It's been a long day, huh? The longest day of my life. We're almost there, sweetie. We're almost there. Come on, let's go find Morizora and get you that wish. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Are you ready to visit Morizora? If you need to talk to anyone or finish anything, it's probably best to do it before we see him. Still has something to do. Let's just save real quick. But I do think I want to keep on keeping on. I'm ready to make my wish. Are you completely sure? I'm sure. Okay, sweetie, let's go. Alright, you big fluffy Totoro knockoff. It's time for me to make my wish. So, you are the one who woke me. Yes. I heard the things that are too quiet for the ears. I listened to their fears and I learned what they longed for. I learned their hopes and their dreams. And I wanted those things for them. I really wanted those things for them. Then you have completed the challenge of the forest, and I will grant you one wish. So tell me, young one, what is it that you wish for? My wish? Yes, what is your wish, my child? I wish for a ride on your magical boat. I want to sail to Rakuen. Very well, then. Your wish is granted. Mom? I can't believe we're actually here. It's been a very long journey. You did great. Oh, Mom. You're my brave little warrior. The reason I go on. No matter what, I will never ever stop loving you. Never forget that, okay? And promise me you'll keep being brave. Keep shining your light. Mom, I want you to know that your kind heart and your gentle spirit, those are such special gifts. Mom, I'm gonna miss you so much. I'm gonna miss you so very much, my baby. Mom! Yes, dear? You're my hero. Promise me you'll be strong for me? I promise. Love you, Mom. I love you. Okay. Yeah. What a game. Oh, man. What a game. What a narrative. My goodness gracious. It's always fantastic when a story can touch on the sorrow that is inherent in the human condition and address it in a manner which brings light to it, which brings hope, which reflects the hope that is just inherent to us, right? That we human beings are beings that hope, and that's not coincidental. That is not something that is a survival mechanism. That is not something that is a happy little feeling to make the sad go away. No, there is a foundation for our hope. There is a reason that we feel like hope is even an option. There is a reason that we look to tomorrow. And it's because we know that tomorrow will be better than today if we just live to do so. And that's a big part of what being Christian is to me. That is a big part of what brought me here in the first place, is an understanding that there is just, we can push on, and there is a foundation for hope, and that foundation for hope is another person. It is our Creator who loves us enough to have become one of us, to have walked alongside us, to have cried our tears, felt our pain, and ultimately died for us. To show us that there is victory at the end of the suffering. To show us that the worst thing that this world can throw at us, death, cannot separate us from him. Man, I love how I was made. I love that I can feel these emotions, that I can be in this place and recognize that in the image of my Savior, they coalesce to hope. They coalesce to a better tomorrow. They coalesce to the ability to keep walking, no matter what the sorrows we face are. And here I am, bloviating to an audience of, well, not an audience of myself. An audience of me, myself, and I. The I am, my, beloved elder brother, and that of them which dwells within me. Thank you, God. Thank you for who I am and how I feel. Thank you, Laura Shihara, for this wonderful game. Oh boy. Ugh. And like that, I think we are done for the evening. We are kind of done a little bit of prayer already, but we will let's close it out how we we gotta stick with those rhythms. We gotta stick with those setups. We gotta stick with those habits, those things we bake in to honor God. So if you bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, thank you for this experience. Thank you for... I don't often feel this way. I don't often have cause to engage with life's sorrows. I don't often have cause to engage with life's pain. I don't often have cause to engage with the darker side, the underside of life. But thank you, Lord, for the reminder of what I have even in face of those things. And whether it is by this wonderful game by an incredibly talented storyteller. And thank you for Laura Shigehara, Lord. That was... It is fantastic that her creativity was used for this purpose, was used to inspire this game filled with hope, this game filled with making things better. But Lord, it is so wonderful to be reminded that even these emotions are ones we can weather, even in the darkness, Lord, the light of the world. You are the light of the world, and we, your disciples, we, your chosen, are called to bring that light. And that doesn't mean always being overtly positive. That doesn't mean always being, a smile. That means weeping sometimes, Lord. But that means recognizing in that sorrow that this is something you felt as well. And importantly, Lord, that means looking towards the future, the the end of all things, Lord, where you will, well, I shouldn't say the end of all things, the end of suffering, the end of sorrow, those things, God, that we have hope in. Thank you for the ability to look forward to that. Thank you for being the Alpha and being the Omega, Lord. Thank you for creating, and thank you for how you will bring creation to its culmination, to that point where everything is good, Lord. Lord, as I go throughout my life, as anybody engaging with this goes throughout their life, their day to day, Lord, I ask that you help them think high thoughts of you. You help them engage with that hope, Lord, with that drive, that recognition that this life is not all there is. There is there is so much more to living abundantly, and we absolutely can and do and will live abundantly this side of the grave. But Lord, when it all comes together, when we join you in the resurrection, when we are conformed to your image, to the image of your Son, God, as we were always meant to be, that is going to be a glorious day indeed. And Lord, help us keep that on our minds. Lord, I just want to thank you so much. I pray these things, Lord, through your Holy Spirit within me, imputed there in righteousness by the death and resurrection of your Son, Jesus Christ, in whose footsteps I hope to follow, and in whose mighty name I commend these prayers to you, the Father, such that if they are your will, God, they be done. All right. Thank you, everyone who joined me at any point today. It's, I might have a little more crying to do, but, I think I might do that, with myself and God. So, thank you, everyone. It's been fantastic. And until next time, which is Saturday at 10, where we're getting right in it with sermon prep, this has been Rainai Paragonic, and I'm wishing you all a Paragonic Renaissance.